The old ways, the old gods, the old powers are buried, but not gone. Because every world, every civilization is built on the corpse of the old world. Because law, like every other spell, is empty words until empowered by the shedding of blood. So every regime is built on murder. Put green hills and sunny skies out of your mind. Where we're going, the sun has not shone for thousands of years. Fragments of strange lights crawl across the stone sky and through the black ocean. All of the open spaces of this land are crowded with horrors and tortured spirits fighting each other over the least scrap of living essence. It's a Hieronymus Bosch painting out there. But the throng balks. Before them, a ring of lightning barriers, each tall tower crackling with electroplasmic discharge, and they cannot pass into the city within. Stone towers, crowded wooden tenements, creaking docks, cobblestone streets and canals lit by flickering electrical light. In Duskwall, there is something like dawn, and something like twilight, but they only serve to make the shadows seem darker. The scrabble for survival here is not easy, and some residents finding themselves pushed too far, chased into a dead end by oppressors of all kinds, stop and turn and clench their fists and strike back. This is the story of one such crew. This is Down to a Sunless Sea, a Blades in the Dark adventure from the Starfall Collective. The flickering flames of a burning building produce what is, for many residents of Duskwall, the brightest light they will ever see. The warmth of the orange glow washes over the faces of the crowd gathered to watch as this restaurant is consumed. Who it was that set fire to the Cleaver, an unremarkable goat steakhouse in the Charter Hall district, is unknown. But we get a hint when members of the Brigade, who are those tasked with extinguishing all such blazes, show up with their water carts and buckets and then stand there, arms folded, not lifting a finger. There had been rumors of a strike brewing, the crowd whispers. Could this be it? Before long, men in bowler hats arrive, thuggish-looking guys who berate the firefighters, cursing them, demanding that they do their job. But the answer is no. One of their own went into this place and never came out again. Why should they save it? Before long, a punch is thrown, and then the knives and axes come out, and the onlookers scatter as a full-fledged battle begins. It is only with great difficulty that the bluecoats calm the riot. We see, standing back from the fray, a red-haired man, his bowler hat hidden in a satchel at his side. He holds a piece of paper that one of his men salvaged from the blaze. It's a letter on Brigade Central Office stationery, an invitation to a meeting held in this restaurant that never took place. Or rather, it did, but the only living people to know the details of that meeting will never tell. For they are you, my wolves, my Farkash Renye. I think we should start this session. I guess the first thing we have to do is Dave's character Elena still has some coin that you wanted to spend on a downtime activity, I believe.
Yeah. So, so her working on a long-term project. Um, she, I think we were thinking she's gonna start building a kennel in the mansion.
Cool. So I will give you this option. I think that this will be because this is the kind of thing that might be on your crew sheet that like you might spend a whole crew advancement to
Mm-hmm.
get. I think this has to be a pretty big clock. So I think that this is a 10 clock. Or if you want it to be better hidden, then a 12 clock.
I will go with the 10 clock because I don't think she cares that it's hidden.
Yeah, so I think call the clock Wolf Kennel.
Mansion, wolf kennel.
Yep, and tell me, and this is something I want to start doing whenever we make a roll. I think whenever you make a roll, you have to pick what action it is that you're rolling, almost all the time, and uh, I would like us to narrate a little bit more about what your character is doing when you make a roll to do something, even if it's like a downtime activity like this. So, could you say what Elena is doing to work on to advance this project of building a kennel, and what action that's going to be?
Um, so I think this is going to be a little less organized than maybe um, most people would do it, but she's more like, um, well, first of all, she doesn't ask permission. She just invites the wolves in. So at some point, you guys are going to start noticing that these wolves are, that there are wolves in the house with increasing frequency or around the house. And she just kind of lets them like she kind of lets them pick a space that they like. And then she starts making it comfortable for them. And, just kind of letting them take over a corner of the mansion. Um, Bringing, I don't know, water, giving it access to the, building access between it and the outside, like direct access, so that they can come and go as they please. And just generally making it comfortable for them.
Well, so inviting the wolves sounds like a consort action.
Uh oh.
Building things is often seems like it should be a tinker.
Tinker. Tinker. Uh oh. Is there any way that I could use hunt?
That is why you have to describe what your character is doing to advance this
um,
goal.
I organize organize hunting parties with wolves around the mansion, and then when we make our kill, we bring it back to the place, uh, back to the mansion. And she's like,
Okay, so
okay,
you're
so she's like, in doing that, she's sort of like acclimating them to like the idea that like this is home base.
yeah, okay. So
And we're
you're going out
Command.
into like the city and or into the out the the sort of out of the way regions of the city,
yeah,
and you're bring or maybe you're even going outside of the lightning barriers and
yeah,
finding wolves and joining their packs and like hunting with them
yeah,
and then bringing them back with you.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Roll hunt.
Okay, so 3 dice.
It's going to be 3d6. Yep.
And I got a 6, a 5, and a 5.
Cool. So that 6 means you're going to add 3 pips to your clock there.
Okay. 3 pips.
Yeah, so you guys, I think the next thing that we should do, so also make sure you...
Spend a coin for that. Yeah,
Yep.
I got the coin.
Perfect. I love it. So I think... Oh, yeah. What's up, Lemmer?
So at some point, Arva will be out and come back, and there's a wolf. Probably
A real one.
A real one. So I would probably suspect that it's related to one of you. But there's going to be that sort of initial meeting where I have to deal with the fact that there's a wolf in here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to, so.
Yeah, I think that Elena is not necessarily in control of the consequences of there being wolves in here. So I think that we're not in a score, so I'm not going to. Yeah.
Point of order. I think that we should make a group action to take some of these piles of meat, raw meat, that we surely have stashed home, and we start making some like group sway checks to try to get this pack to gel.
We need to negotiate, have some sort of cohabitation arrangement.
I think that's a great idea. I think that since we're not in a score, an actual group check like that is not appropriate because you're likely to take stress from it. I think a fortune roll is more appropriate, or rolling one of you just rolling for this, whatever the stat is. But I think consort sounds pretty good.
Okay. Boss, there's wolves in here.
Yeah, this
you know about this?
This is pretty wild, Elena. We are not the kind of people who are going to turn away our own kind. We are literally Varkashrenye, the order of the wolves.
I bring the wolves. I grow the pack. Is this not what we want?
It is, just for future, the order goes out loud. You go like, I'm bringing wolves. And then you bring wolves. But at some point, even if it's like you come up to the front door and you like shout it at the house or something, that would be like a little step up.
Some notice.
Yeah, best is like
they're trying to kill us or something.
This is, but they are wolves. Why would they kill us? We are wolves.
Because they're hungry.
They are wolves.
Because we are like wolves. How are you not making connection?
They're hungry. You give them food.
Okay.
We have plenty.
Are they proud? Are they proud wolves? If I try to feed them, will they be like, I am not kind of wolf that takes handouts?
Arva's just going to go over and grab some meat and toss it to one of the wolves that he sees around.
If you're hungry, they will bring you food. We form pack.
This is great. I think both Arva and Kel should roll me consort.
Okay.
Ooh.
If you have no dots in consort, you'll roll 2 die and take the lower one.
Is this risky, control, desperate, or fortune?
This is a fortune roll. It doesn't have a position.
So there's nothing to do. Just roll 2 and
we're in downtime right now. I'm not going to give you consequences for this.
6 and 5. Hey, that
all right, a 5.
I gave him some meat and he got friendly.
Yeah, you're okay.
But you got a 6, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a 6.
Yeah, but he has no pips in consort,
Oh,
so it's a
okay.
5.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, so
Okay. Yeah, so the wolf sniffs at your offering, takes it from you. The next time you come into the room where the wolves are, they do growl at you, but they don't attack you. So, progress probably.
I kind of have my hand on my knife for a few minutes, and then when I see they're not actually coming at me, I move on. I stand down and move on.
Yeah, you know what? I am going to. I think this is appropriate. I think we're gonna do a clock for this as well. Maybe I should do a crew clock.
There's clocks everywhere.
this
Can I
is the
put a
coolest
clock on
HR.
Farkas Renier?
This is the coolest HR project ever undertaken by any company ever, guys. This is awesome.
All right, so we're gonna make a clock called Happy Wolves,
Nice.
and that's gonna be
Wait a minute. One big pack. One big pack.
okay. Yeah.
One big pack. Big pack.
Yeah, but one big pack is gonna be a 10.
Try us.
And you're gonna get 2 ticks on that.
Okay.
And then there's another clock that's called Wolves Territory, which
Isn't
is
that
going
the-
to be
That's the
isn't
kennel?
that effect? That's really the kennel.
Yeah.
no.
Well, I don't.
No.
think...
Okay, I'll make it a little bit more explicit. This is a 6 clock called Wolves Think This Is Their Territory, Not Yours.
Oh.
That's another clock. If you piss off the wolves, you're going to get points on that clock, and then that thing will happen.
Okay,
But
I think
you
have
guys
a
you guys
scene for
did
that
okay
then.
so far. So that has no slices taken out of it.
So sometime when Elena's not around and Kel is around, hey boss, look, see that one sitting over there? I bet I can pet him.
I'll
He
bet
only
you.
growled at me once.
So
bet
you
you
feel
10
like
gold
he's
pieces.
like warming up to you? You feel like?
Yeah, maybe or maybe not. I bet you 10 gold pieces. I pet him. He bites me, I pay you 10. He doesn't bite me, you pay me 10.
Are you trying
Okay,
to make this roll again?
Yeah. And specifically on them.
I think you can do this as a downtime activity if you want, but I think for this, as part of Dave working on this, you guys get these other rolls that affect this other clock. But yeah,
So I
you can't do
light
infinite
of
rolls.
in light of the fact that Arva has been calling, and Elena too, have been boss, and now there are literal wolves around, Kel realizes he's going to need to unleash the beast within if he's going to have any hope of being a legitimate alpha or human and actual wolf pack. So I would like for this clock that we discussed at the end of last episode to be kind of reskinned as Unleash the Beast. Like Kel would like to begin the process of hold on just one. Kel would like to start of trying to research what it would look like to unleash the beast within himself. He has felt this otherworldly, supernatural hunger inside of himself since he was young. So he knows that there's something primal, and being around these wolves is making him want to try to wake that up. So I know you and I had talked about that being a 12 clock, right?
Yeah, is this the attune ability that we were talking about before?
Indeed.
Sure. So you just want to rename this same ability?
Exactly. Yeah, it's the same difficulty level that you and I had talked about, and we can just repurpose
You want it called Unleash the Beast?
Indeed. I renamed the clock on, because you and I had talked about this between sessions, so I went ahead and I renamed the clock on my character sheet.
I think that I would like, but it's the same description.
Yeah, I'll have to change the description on it. Yeah.
I think that I would like for you guys to have some free play where, especially Elena and Kel, maybe talk about your vision for the future.
Okay.
So these wolves have come in. You've sort of negotiated some space with these wolves. You've been doing your downtime stuff, thinking about what your next score might be, and yeah, you're around the burned out mansion.
You know, Elena, I have to say I appreciate what you have brought to us. Our name of the wolf, and yet you alone have brought true wolves into our family, and for this you have my thanks. And he kind of gives her a little bow, and he says, tell me, why do you love the wolves? It is clear you do not even just respect, you love. Why do you love these beasts, these creatures that so many think is a monster?
Well, the wolf is not so different from human. The wolf is, they have family, they have pack, much like people do. I have long history with wolf. We go back many, many years. They are, shall you say, underestimated by the people. This is not right.
Both underestimated
At the same time,
the
hypocrisy
of it. You know, you say the wolves are not so different from us, but I feel like maybe
not so different
from them. I have been dreaming for many years of finding the secrets of the nature of the wolf, finding a way to awake the beast within, become more like a wolf myself, and arouse these powers within me.
Yes, indeed. Well, what better way to do this than to open the house, as it were, to live with the wolves, to become the pack?
You have mind to mind connection with, no?
I have, like I say, I have long history with wolves.
Maybe if the wolves
they are like family.
Well, family share secrets with one another, so maybe the more they become family, more secrets perhaps they will share.
Yes, I believe this is true. I have shared many secrets with the wolf. The wolf, they share many secrets with me. Like I say, we have long history.
I think Kel is happy
Perhaps,
with that.
And
sorry.
perhaps over time, if you spend much time, if you make much history with the wolf, they will share their secrets with you too.
Let us hope. Here's to the pack getting bigger, and he a glass of blood and wine mixture, and takes a sip and hands some to Elena.
She grins. She gives a wolfish grin and says, raises the glass to the pack, and then I imagine as they've been talking, a wolf has trotted, has sort of loped into the room, and she sort of, she reaches a hand out, and it licks her hand, and then she takes the cup and gives. She doesn't drink it herself, but she gives it to the wolf.
Nice.
So, as this, about this time, you guys hear a little clatter against the door, like somebody's tossed a pebble.
You guys can do this next scene without me. I just need to step away for like 5 minutes. I'll be back if you guys want to keep going with the scene. That's fine. But I'll be back in 5. Okay.
Cool. There's a clatter of pebbles against the door, like somebody's trying to get your attention outside.
What is this? And I'm just gonna walk out.
So you see standing there in the street. So this is a burned out mansion. It's not like there's really a door to knock on.
Yeah.
And there's this sort of shrimpy guy. He is incredibly small next to you, but really he's kind of just on the small side of normal. But next to you, Arva, he looks like a child.
He's a halfling.
And he is wearing the sort of the main distinguishing feature of his appearance would be these incredibly steampunk glasses. I think it's like half goggles, half jewelers, like with a jeweler's loop that like can rotate down, like just ridiculous stuff that you think, probably does have some, it could be some sort of a Sparkwright tools. This guy looks like he's a inventor, Sparkwright type guy. And he says, excuse me,
Spit it out, man.
Is this where I can find Farkash Renier, the order of the wolf?
Who are you?
I'm my name is Simon Burr. You may have
wolf howls in the background.
I know I don't look like much, but you do not want to hurt me. I have powerful connections, and I'm serious.
Elena comes around about this time, comes around the side of the house with a wolf or two in tow. Sort of walks up behind him and says, "Why would we want to hurt you?"
Oh boy, I don't know if I knew what I was getting into here.
Why would you do not answer my question? Why would we want to hurt you?
We cannot hurt him. We can only release the pain from his body.
This is true.
Oh, you guys are really scary.
Do you want us to do that? Is that why you come here? To release the pain from the body?
No, please. No, not that. It's Simon Burr. And I don't you
okay. Well,
you probably remember there was an incident with one of the lightning barriers. It was hard. Took a lot of doing to track you down. I think you were involved in this.
Why?
And he names a lightning barrier, which is the one that you had
The
your
stone
first
tower.
score in.
That is funny. I do not recall that one. Do you, Arva?
I don't. I'm not a spark rate. I don't know how they work.
Yes, we are not sparklers here.
You guys, yeah, you can keep up the act. That's fine. You hurt my family and our interests when you did that. And I don't know if you've heard of the Foundation, but that's us. And I actually got kicked out of school because of what you guys got up to. So what I need is for you to do a job for me. And then I will consider it even. So you notice when he's talking about himself, very shy, very like cowardly looking. As soon as he says the words "the Foundation," there's some steel that comes into his voice. Like when he says "the Foundation," at that point he feels like he can tell you what to do.
Elena, it's a shakedown.
Oh,
Where are the rest of your men, Simet?
Sorry?
Where are the rest of your men?
Well, I think not here.
It's interesting, Elena.
Why not? Why not here?
He's so small.
Yeah,
He would
there is.
barely feed one wolf.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Look,
It looks kind of stringy.
I don't know much about your gang's history, but have you ever been part of a faction war with the Foundation before?
Have you ever been eaten by a wolf before?
No. Okay. Well, and he takes out
Yes.
he's
Yes,
what he does
come,
is
I'm tired.
Wait, Elena, wait.
Hmm?
He says he works for the Foundation, and he has something that's important for him.
Well, yes, let's hear it. I'm tired
Yeah,
of this
Maybe
dance.
he
out.
has much coin,
Mick. Ugh.
and he comes in a, perhaps in a bad way, but maybe it's a job. What do you need?
Okay.
so there are
I'm listening. I am listening.
there
We
are two
listening. We are
there are two
listening.
jobs that I need done, and I can have somebody else do the other one, whichever one you pick is fine. You have a whisper on your team, yes? Freaky supernatural ghost stuff.
The kid handles ghosts.
Yes,
You
I'm
have a ghost?
well aware of your crew's capabilities. So the first job is I'm developing. The lightning barriers they run on demon blood. Yes, demon
Yes.
blood is a very inefficient fuel. And he goes on with some scientific sounding stuff for a little while, but he has got an alternate way he thinks to that the lightning barriers could be powered. He actually he thinks that he could actually power them off of the electroplasmic residue of the spirits outside the barriers themselves.
Haha.
However, what he needs is test subjects. What he needs is effectively spirits. So what he has like a pack and he takes out this object, and it looks like a multi-tier or a multi-sectional spirit bottle with like 4 sections in it. So this is like a bigger version of the spirit bottles that you've seen Kel use. And he says, I have 6 coin that I can pay for this job.
6.
And it
now
is
we know why he was arguing with us earlier. He was
this job will
negotiating
be
a discount.
this job will be
6
6
coins.
coin. And
a good little man.
what needs to happen is that you need to engineer a situation where in which 4 people all die at once, and you need to capture their spirits in this spirit bottle.
I think
Deliver it to me. 4 spirits inside, 6 coin.
Elena looks at Arba and says, "That is thing Kel can do.
I think so.
He better-
And I can kill 4 men at once. Yeah.
I can kill 4 men at once. We can
Yeah,
kill
easily.
8.
8. You have
Between
2
us.
bottles.
Yes.
We can make it 12 coins.
Do you want 12 coin? We can kill 8.
Maybe if the experiment doesn't go well, maybe I'll need another supply.
Right. Yes,
But
yes.
no, I only have the one.
Okay. But no
Okay.
discount next time.
Okay, it's fine.
What is the other?
The other job is this one. This one's only 4 coin, and this is
You only want 2 men dead.
no. His sense of humor.
It's funny. It's funny joke. It's small funny joke like you.
So the
Kel
second
wanders out
job
to see what the commotion
is that you could. I don't know if you
Ah,
know.
oh,
Actually,
look.
I do know this.
Look, Kel, we have new friend. Come meet
Oh.
him.
Oh,
What is-
you must.
What does Kel see before him?
Kelsey's.
This guy standing between a group of wolves now, and Arva and Elena.
He's a scrawny little dude, with like steampunk goggles with lenses and things. And he's got this weird spirit bottle that looks like it's kind of 4-chambered and extra large.
Okay.
So this is. I'll summarize real quick. This is Simon Burr. He. When you guys turned the Foundation against the Sparkwrights, he is a member of the Foundation, and he was a student at the Sparkwright Academy when you guys did that. And so their reprisal against the Foundation was to kick him out of the school. So he has spent the time since then tracking you down. I've been rolling die to see how well he does at that, and he has now succeeded in finding you, and basically told you that you'll be square with the Foundation if you do a job for him. If you don't do a job for him, you won't be square with the Foundation. Basically, in game terms, it will be -1 to the Foundation on your faction sheet. Actually, no, it'll be -2. You'll be at war with the Foundation. They'll come to try and wipe you out if you don't do this. You certainly can do that if you want. The alternative is to do one of these jobs. You don't have to do it right away. You could choose to do another job, but this is sort of on your your quest sheet now. The one job is to kill 4 people at once to fill this quad spirit jar. He says that it has to be filled all at once. He needs 4 spirits for an experiment that he's doing in an alternative fuel source for the lightning barriers. This is nasty bad science that he's doing. The second job that he has for you is that he tells you that Lady Irimina has a powerful electroplasmic artifact that he wants.
So these people who we killed, is just any old person?
Any human person, human dark elf. I don't know.
Yeah, yes, anybody.
It is important that there be four, but yeah, anybody will do.
No Foundation members. Do you want Foundation members? We can do that. Maybe
I want you
maybe
to kill my friends and family?
Maybe you have brother you really don't like. Maybe he, I don't know, steal your girl or something.
No, I'm afraid not. No, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
No Foundation.
We don't. Yes, if we do job for you, we want you to be satisfied with job. So we are asking questions. So not Foundation. Do you want Spark, right?
I really also my fellow students, I'd rather you not.
Don't kill students.
I am a little mad.
Sounds like you're looking for maybe billhook souls.
We can do billhooks.
And you guys would know, like the guys, the factions that you're naming are more powerful than normal people. It would be harder to kill members of the Billhooks or Sparkrights or Foundation than just normal people.
Citizens.
So it's up to you. If you want to go after Billhooks, you absolutely can. But just the difficulty will be higher.
She's messing with him.
So it sounds
okay. So just anybody. We can do just anybody.
I think Kel is one theater and sacrament, and so I think Kel would want to possibly app all four people, and then have all four of them, bound and stuff, and then maybe like slit their throats all at once. Maybe
you want to come with us. Do you want to come with? Just to
the answer to that is no, thank you. In fact, I'm going to be going now. Okay. And he gives you like a double blind drop off point where you can deliver the spirit bottle to him.
Do a dead drop. Okay.
And he sets up a clever dead drop with you where you come to one place, drop off the spirit bottle, the next day you come back to that same place and you'll find the coin there.
Okay, I think it is time for us to go pay my friend Flint a little visit.
Yes. Okay.
He is a spirit trafficker, and as such, he will have some good advice for us, perhaps how to have some advantages on getting 4 souls into one bottle at once. Doing one is difficult, guys. I don't think you understand how difficult I think we just... Okay, you know what? It sounds like I'm being negative, and I don't want that. We have a goal before us. We will crash.
Why be so negative?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have to empower the ghost before we kill them. We just cut the throats. Make it quick. The ghost will not be strong. They will be ghosts.
This is what we tell the funny little man. We say, Arva, he can kill 4 men. Me, Elena, I can kill 4 men, no problem. You can put them in the spirit jar. We believe in ourselves. We believe in each other. We believe in you. This is the way of the pack. It's simple, really. No.
So the narrator
so-
comes in and says, actually, it's not so simple. He is asking you to do something that's very difficult. And it would be a good idea. It would be a good idea to get somebody's to try and set up some sort of help or advantage with this beforehand. Would be a very good idea. Flint would be a great person to talk to.
Moments from Arrested Development where the mom
Yeah.
is like, well, how is I supposed to know how to be a mother? It's not as though there's a book or something. Actually, there are thousands.
But so
Yeah.
recall that
We need to go see my boy Flint. That's what Kel
Yeah.
says.
Okay, we go see Flint.
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So
go-
you guys
you
go see Flint. Flint is in the docks district, I believe. When you come into the room,
I
he's
think
facing.
this part of it is going to sound boring to Elena, so she's going to sit this one out.
Okay.
I will listen. I will tell Elena
Yes.
how
I
to
have,
help when the time comes.
I have to feed dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
VP of HR has to stay on premise at least. So,
Yes,
okay.
got to feed dogs, clean poop.
I'm assuming that there's something that I'm going to have to do at the time, or possibly Elena and I. And so I'm going to go with you to learn how to do the thing to make the
Yeah.
super bottle work.
I need my seat, Chief Execution Officer.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
'Cause
all right.
That's what.
Around here it does. All right, so Kel waltzes into Flint's shop and says, "My friend, I apologize. I have several promises to keep up with you." And Kel begins pulling out 3 or 4 little glass vials that are full of the teeth of the victims, the last half dozen victims or so that he's been dealing with. And he's like, I know you're a patient man and you haven't been bugging me, but I promised you teeth. So here you go. So he
This is great. Yeah, and he'll pay you for these, but it's not a coin.
yeah.
It's scratch money.
Sure.
He says, "Oh, this is great. This will I definitely have something that I can do with this." Awesome. Yeah. What anything else I can do for you?
Kel indicates to Arva to produce the 4-chamber spirit bottle.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness! May I? And he reaches out
Yeah.
for it.
Up to you. I am hoping that maybe in the spirit of me bringing you lots of little delicious teeth, maybe you could help to operate this thing. Apparently, it must be simultaneously loaded with all 4. This will be
yeah.
a great challenge.
And so he takes it and he swivels around in his seat, and then he reaches down below like his swivel chair, and he starts like cranking this like lever, and the seat rises up, and there's like another desk above his desk that has even more equipment on it. And he like has the spirit jar in one hand, and he's crank with the other one until he's like way up near the ceiling, and you hear creaks and like clicks and like stuff going on up there as he sort of examines the spirit jar. And then he spins around and crank, comes back down and hands you the jar, and he says, "Yeah, Kel, this is not. It's not going to be easy to use this thing. I think your lightning hook. It's going to be really difficult to use lightning hook for this. I can." I would love to help you with this. It's going to be expensive, but I can upgrade your lightning hook to make it so that you can grab multiple ghosts at once. I think it'll only work once, But I think I can, if you let me tinker with it, I can do it. And that'll probably, I would not want to try and use this piece of equipment with a standard issue lightning hook. They're really only made for one spirit at a time. So basically what I'm saying is you can take an extra downtime to pay a coin to take the acquire asset action, and he will give you an asset. And an asset is a one-time use item. And in this case, the asset is an upgrade to your lightning hook, which allows you to basically get the, Lemur's ability not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
It's like that for lightning hooks.
Okay. So I am going to remove the final coin from my sheet and pay that to him to do the thing and upgrade.
And so it's unfortunate that this is not in just to, because I don't want to cheat you guys. You do, if you're if the score is in your territory, I can give you a free downtime action, and this could be that action, but we don't know that the score is going to be in your territory yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Does that
we
make
just need
sense?
4 random people, so I don't see a reason why we wouldn't do it in our territory.
Well, the people in your territory are higher tier than people in other territories. So the people in Charter Hall tends to be wealthier and better protected, and there's a stronger blue coat presence than if
Do we
you
know
were to
anybody
go
at the
to
prison, for example?
the slums, right? So
if we know anybody, if we have any connections in prison where we can, maybe get the warden to just give us some guys.
But so what I'm telling you is, if you have a free downtime action, if the score is in Charter Hall, if it's not in Charter Hall, then I have to charge you a coin for this to get the downtime action. So if you decide to do your score in Charter Hall, then you can, refund this coin to Josh. But otherwise, it does need to cost to get to do this acquire asset action.
It'll just be a little more challenging.
No, the thing that you just did was a downtime action called acquire asset.
Oh, no. I meant the score of the people that we kill will be more challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, and if you were to go to Bright Garden or whatever the rich people places, it would be even more challenging than that. Or like, the Imperial Army barracks.
Yeah.
Like, that would be insane.
Okay.
But you can also go to the slums where everybody is poor and filthy and wretched, and then this is easier. But also, anyway, now you know.
So
It's up to you guys. So that was a downtime action, and
what does my CEO say? Spend the coin, or go hunt. Spend the coin and hunt easier people.
Matt, you said we could refund it if we end up doing the score.
Yeah, so I'm saying you spent the coin
now
to do the extra acquired
Yeah.
downtime action. If you end up doing it in Charter Hall, then I'll refund you the coin.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. So we've paid that. I've gotten the upgraded. Well, I guess we can jump forward in time, right? Or at some point in time, that'll be finished.
Well, so
presumably by the
can,
time we do the job.
Yeah. So the next sort of thing that you can do if you want would be like an information gathering stuff that you do. We're sort of still in free play, so you can do whatever you want. But as soon as it starts looking like you're actually planning the heist, then we jump to the action.
Okay. Arva, do you have anybody else who can help us out? A contact that we could rely on? Could we make a new contact? Could we do a scene and make a contact with somebody?
Um,
I've asked 3 questions. Arva, do you have somebody that you want to? Sorry.
So Sawtooth, the physiker, he probably lives near the docks. I'm looking. Where's the map?
Oh, I can put one up.
Oh,
There you go. There's the map.
so I'll tell you where the weakest people are. Let's see. No. Or you know what? Your characters are searching it. You tell me what you want to do before I give you information.
So I almost want to try to drum up a job where we have to kill 4 people, and just kind of get a twofer.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I want somebody to pay us to kill the 4 people that we're getting paid to kill.
We've been talking about like going banging some heads, like fight for.
Do we go
for
try to get some more turf, and in the process of getting more turf, kill 4 people? Oh yeah, I'm liking the efficiency. That's called profit.
We pick a hit job and we like kill a jeweler and his 3 guards.
A family, yeah.
Sure.
I feel like we were we kind of did a hit last time. We wanted to wait for Josh. You and I were talking about. We wanted to wait for LT to get around to do the turf battle, just because Arva can crack skulls.
That's true. This is a really perfect double dip kind of job because all we need to do is kill 4 people, and that's true. There's a ton of other jobs where the success condition would be kill 4 people. So, Matthew, the question is, are we breaking the game by trying to run 2 scores at once?
No, you're not breaking the game. Well, I don't know. I've seen it done multiple ways. It is, as you add rewards to it, it is going to get more difficult.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm looking at the crew sheet for the turf, and there's Fixer and Envoy. Fixer seems like potentially a good source of future jobs, but I don't, just because of the name Fixer, but I don't like, what is that here? Like it's mechanically part of the turf or lair acquisition.
Yeah. It's a whatever the word is, like a property. It's like a thing you can get. It would be a contact, and it would give you +2 coin when you go after lower class targets. I'm sorry.
Lower class, not lower tier.
Not lower tier. Like poor people, I think.
Okay. Huh. Envoy for. Yeah, that might. I wonder if there's. Okay, so help me out. Some way we can go work towards the Fixer benefit.
Well, I mean, the next time we take turf, we can take the Fixer because it's adjacent, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should do that job.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a turf.
If that's what you want, yeah. I can.
Yeah. Let's take some turf and kill some people.
I think we're collaboratively writing this story, so I think we can put together a score where. So. Let's say, let me think for just 1 second. What have we got here? I think you'll be meeting this Fixer for the first time. So I think
who's lower class in Charter Hall?
I mean, there's people like janitors and stuff.
Yeah, that are going to need to get killed.
Probably not.
That's-
Probably for
I feel
lower
like they're
class
gonna-
places, you're looking for Coleridge, Dunslow, the docks,
Okay, so
Barrowcleft.
maybe the docks. Maybe I can talk to Sawtooth, and because he's trying to live out his retirement quietly, but he's not rich, so he's in the docks.
So, let me think. You know what? I'll bet I could roll up this score. There are. Do I have something in the hopper that can be?
You know what? Is there adjacent? Is there an area adjacent to us that is wooded that has like maybe there's in an area of town where things used to be wealthy and palatial. Maybe there's an estate nearby that actually has some woods and a few acres of grass where like deer live and stuff. And we're like, we want to take over this territory and spread out that way.
So how about this? Here's what I've got. The territory that you want is Fixer. Okay. So let's make up who this Fixer is. This should be a contact. Let's make it a woman because we don't have as many women in the game. What is her name? Let's make up some things about her.
Nadia?
How about she wears like a patchwork clothing, like a jumpsuit that's like a patchwork quilt.
Okay.
Maybe it's Nena.
No.
That would be
What's her
funny.
name? What did you say her name was, Josh?
Nadia.
Nadia.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody come up with 2 more qualities for her. Just anything. What's she like?
I think she's kind of quirky. Like if she's wearing a patchwork jumpsuit, I'm kind of imagining the flavor of Lawrence Fishburne's character in the John Wick series. He's actually a very powerful, very well-connected man, but one of the things that he does to fly under the radar is dress like a bum, like a homeless person. And so she dresses in this quirky, eccentric way because she's actually very well connected. She knows a lot of people, but she values being able to move around.
So
Well
she's
connected is the
Fixer.
third thing.
Yeah, well connected.
She's quirky and well connected. Great. So you, through the criminal underworld, you get wind that there's a job. Somebody needs some people killed, and so you go to meet up with the contact, who is this woman named Nadia, and I think you have to go into. What's the neighborhood next to
6 Towers?
I think you have to go into Coleridge for this. She's in yeah, I think this makes sense in Coleridge. So
Coleridge. Oh, I see. Okay. Now home
put her
to
in
laborers
Coleridge
and
there.
industrial
So
factories.
you go into Coleridge. It's like it's darker than other parts of the city. There's less of the otherwise ubiquitous electric light. What electric light there is sort of flickering and not quite as good. And you're sort of walking down the street, looking for like a tavern that you were told to meet somebody at. And on your way to this tavern, she sort of comes up and somebody tugs at your pant leg. and it's this woman, and she's sitting with her knees drawn up to her chin, just on the sidewalk, like in a shadow. And she says, "Are you the Farkas Renier?
Indeed,
Come
we
to meet
are.
with Nadia?"
We have, yes. Are you she?
Yes. Yes, I just gave you directions to a place where, you never tell people where you're actually going to be. Says, "Follow me."
Understood.
And
Kel
you-
kind of looks over at Arva and Elena, and he's like, well, "She's a professional." Oh, well, yes, very good procedures. I like this. Okay, so yeah, they follow her.
she takes you into an alleyway. There's like a gap between buildings. There's no door. It's just like some fabric that's across the alley entrance. She pulls that back and brings you in, and she's actually got like an oil lamp, which is pretty rare. She's burning oil for light. She says, "Hi." It's actually cozy. The electroplasmic light in most of the city is very blue and white, and it sort of drains. It's like fluorescent light. It sort of drains everything of its vitality. But in her lair, things are a little bit warm, inviting. She's got like a wooden rocking chair, and she like, she sort of perches there and says, "Yes. So what's happened is that somebody let a bunch of ghosts into the city. I don't know if you remember, there was a one of the lightning towers barriers went down for a few minutes.
Really?
A few weeks
wow, that
Yes.
sounds
Remember
dangerous.
Well, I hate to.
That has
Yes,
never
well-
happened before.
The ghosts apparently.
Sorry, I
at
had.
least
Go ahead.
some of these ghosts apparently were able to evade the no,
Spirit
not spark
wardens.
rates.
The spirit
The
wardens.
spirit wardens, yes.
You see,
Some of
Kel gets the grin on his face of a father who's proud of his son for hitting a home run, and Kel mutters under his breath, "Sounds like somebody muttered some. Sounds like somebody summoned some very powerful ghosts."
Yes, and I wish they hadn't, because they're killing people, and so
Oh,
they've
that is a shame.
they have there's a few of these ghosts, and they
We are
have
very sad.
yes, they've possessed a few people in here in Coleridge, and they're starting to form some kind of weird like cult thing. They're starting to kill more and more people, and the Bluecoats won't do anything. They say it's a matter for the Spirit Wardens, and the Spirit Wardens won't do anything. They say it's a matter for the Bluecoats, and we just need it taken care of. And she gives you an address, and it's just like, she's like, as far as we know, like everybody in here, in this building, this house is possessed,
How many
and
are
we
there?
just need them gotten rid of.
Okay. So by
How many are
cult,
there?
you mean there's like people living together, some not possessed. They're all in the building together.
Look, I don't know. All I know is there are children going missing. There are people getting murdered during like the daytime. People
Well,
go to
are
work,
these like
they don't come back.
Children
making good grades, keeping their grades up, or are these like
This
kind
is
of kids
Coleridge.
that
Street
like?
pups that end
We
up
don't
as
have those
murderers.
kind of kids here.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, hey, Arva has good question. Good point. You ask again. How
How many are there?
How many? Could
Maybe
be
4, maybe 8.
something like that. Yes. I don't think there's more than 8. But I believe there's probably at least 5.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, maybe I can I go check it out. Elena says.
Yeah.
I can count.
You said something about cult
It's
popping
not
up.
hard. I come back, I tell you how many are in the house.
She says,
It's for the
Okay.
land.
I think we're all gonna head. We will all head over there. House. Arva will check perimeter and surrounding buildings, get lay of land. I will do some snooping, try to find out more about what's going on with this cult thing, because it sounds like somebody might be taking credit for something that they did not really need to be taking credit for. If you understand what I'm saying.
okay, so
Yes, that would be a shame.
if you want to go and all do this thing
It's better
together,
to
I think
lie.
that's probably like the beginning of the score. If you want to send somebody just to do a like get information roll,
Elena.
then just send one person for that.
All right,
Yeah.
that's
That's
fine.
kind
You
of
just send Elena.
Elena's.
Yeah.
Elena's
For sure.
corner.
Yeah.
So should I do a hunt roll? Gather
Whatever
information.
you can gather information in many different ways. If you are hunting to do this, then to give us a little scene. Tell us what
Yeah,
Elena does.
So she'll kind of, stake the place out. Is there like yeah, like she'll kind of stake the place out, see who comes and goes. Maybe disguise. I don't know, disguise herself, and sort of snoop around the place.
So that sounds like survey to me.
Oh,
Hunting is sort of for a target.
well, she is trying to get she's specifically trying to get a head count. So she's paying close attention to the people.
Maybe
like she
the
wants
target is the herd.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do hunt to like track down this target.
Yeah, and so like tracking who comes and goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Following the people in the neighborhood to see, like who do the cult members talk to.
Okay.
So
yeah, you can go ahead and roll hunt.
I got 2 5s and a 3.
Okay, so that's just sort of regular, not failure, not great result. So I think that you find this house. There are, I think that there are 5 people. You are not, you didn't do any sort of attune or anything like that, so you don't really know who is actually possessed and who isn't.
I don't have a good grasp of like the spirit makeup of the
exactly.
place.
Yeah. But you do see at least one person go in and then never come out again.
Right.
So this is the right place. And of the people that you see going in and coming out again, you can tell that there is something different about them because they're like not taking care of themselves. They're not like zombies, but like they are not, they're not clean. Their clothes are torn up and they don't seem to care. They're sort of shambling a little bit, like they're not really in touch with their bodies that much. Like
are there probably like a couple that really stand out? Like I'm like that one's definitely, this is like maybe the leader or something.
No, I don't think so.
No, it just looks like not really look
Not
like
at this
it has
point,
any
but you do
Such a
you do
thing,
get
I
a
think
count.
it's-
Okay.
You get a count of 5.
Are there any kids?
No, no children.
No children. Okay. All right. I'll come back and report.
Okay.
And I tell them what I saw. I say, I see no, I do not see any children.
Okay.
Maybe
If
they
they-
eat them.
If they are possessed, how will there be 2 ghosts in the body? Will it work for the bottle?
No, this is not how it works. I suppose we may be able to pull ghosts from the body, but there will not be 2 spirits in there. At least, maybe like for just a moment when one is pushing the other out. But typically, takes over. He is only spirit. Say that.
Do we need to remove the possessing ghost before we activate the jar?
No, if you kill the body,
Whatever spirit comes out is fine.
whatever
Yeah.
spirit comes out
Okay.
is fine.
Yeah.
It was originally a person's spirit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe, probably.
So
right,
we-
I suppose, yeah.
So we will need to capture them alive. Or, I guess one of my question is, what is the window of at the same time? Is it like 2 seconds? Is it? Do we know that?
I think it's
moment.
the game does not divide up time very precisely like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's what would be called a moment.
Okay.
Like a minute.
Okay, so we probably want to. I probably wouldn't want to rely on in combat killing for within the time frame necessary for that. Although maybe not to be trifled with, would it count for that? But
Yeah, I think we can roughly say like
we'll have to capture them and then execute them.
Yeah.
it has to happen pretty quick.
Okay.
A few moments.
Okay.
So
Maybe you
we have a good feeling or like a good sense of like how like what the window is.
Okay.
All right, so the plans that you can pick are assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport. And also you guys should pick your loadout for this.
Man.
I think we're going in a little heavier than usual, so I'm gonna go in normal.
If we think of Nadia as sort of a power player in this area, it might be acceptable for us to go in looking like
Heavy.
yeah,
Yeah.
operatives. But also, we've got the 2 free loads, and maybe we don't really need to go that hard.
It's up to you.
Do we want to? Do we want to like storm in or try to join the cult? Or, we don't really care that much about the cult.
Not really.
Maybe it would be good to have a little bit of an exit plan this time. A little bit of exit strategy.
Well, what we've got to pick right now is the
type
plan
of plan.
and the detail. So if it's an assault, we do violence to a target, and we need to pick the point of attack. If it's deception, we're luring, tricking, or manipulating. We need to pick the method of deception, etc. Stealth, trespass unseen. In that case, we're picking the point of infiltration.
I guess question is, do we hit during day or do we hit during night? So Elena's proposing either. I guess she's proposing either, go in hot during the day, so that would be an assault,
Mhm.
or go in quiet during the night, which would be an infiltration.
When did they seem to most often be gathered together?
Did I pick up
At
on
night.
that? Okay.
At night.
During the day, they would go out
Okay.
they would go out, probably
We
finding
should-
victims.
Yeah, we should take them when they're together. Let's sneak in at night.
Is a good plan.
You want to go with stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, I did say it's so. What we've got here is a
Anybody good at
two-story
stealth?
two-story
one
house,
point.
and you can pick your point of infiltration.
Okay. How many exits are there? Do we have enough people to cover all the exits? I guess is what I'm thinking.
There are various windows, and I think there's like a front and a
windows, too.
back door.
I was just
We
thinking
could-
doors, but-
Okay, so like as part of my loadout, I have the trained hunting pet option. We could bring wolves to cover the door, to cover the exits.
or just to form a perimeter outside,
Yeah.
and they can take them down.
Yeah.
down,
So,
like,
but this is
grab anybody who
this
goes
is
out the
too
windows.
this is
Okay.
too much planning. This is
Oh, right,
planning.
okay.
We can't do that at this stage.
Okay.
Right now, we have to pick the plan and the detail. So it's assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport.
Okay, so we're doing
We're doing stealth.
Stealth.
yeah.
Cool.
And
And so stealth means we need to pick the point of infiltration. Where are you going to infiltrate this building? And you guys can, you say the roof. We could say there's a cellar, and you could try and go in from underground. It's up to you, but you got to pick it. You got to pick one.
I'm gonna vote for the cellar. Seems like
All right, cellar sounds good.
easier than trying to jump or get up on a roof.
No, cellar
we'll
sounds
probably
good.
end up coming
Okay.
up in the kitchen or something. Yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna use stealth and infiltrate through the cellar. So engagement roll. You start with 1d for your basic fortune. For each major advantage, you
Wait.
get +1 for
Are
each
we-
major.
Wait, did we do loadout yet?
I have.
You should pick. Please pick
Oh,
your
sorry.
loadout. Yeah,
Okay,
put that on your
yeah,
sheet.
now that I
Okay,
know.
sorry. Are we all going in normal or heavy?
I think
I'm
we
gonna
may as
go-
well.
I think normal, because normal gives you 7. Like I feel like that's a lot.
Okay, that seems fine.
Yeah, that's I suppose. Okay, yeah.
I think that this operation is particularly bold or daring. So I'm going to give you a die for that. The plan's detail exposes a vulnerability of the target or hits them where they're weakest. I think not really. Friends or contacts provide aid or insight. Yes. You do have a special lightning hook technique from your spirit trafficker friend, Flint. Target is a lower tier. Yeah, well, the ghosts aren't a lower tier, but the people are. I'm not sure what to do
Maybe
about
it
that.
averages out. I don't know.
think it's not. I think it's not really the ghosts that you're fighting.
Mhm.
I think it's not. The score is not against the. Anyway, I think yeah, they're a lower tier. No district modifiers. So for major disadvantage, operation is overly complex or contingent on many factors. I think because you don't know what you're going to find inside. I
Yeah.
think that's a bunch of contingency there. So I think we should take away a die for that. Target is strong against this approach or have particular defenses or preparations. I don't think so. Enemies or rivals interfering in the operation.
Let's see. I've got a boxer.
Yeah,
who's
so I
a
think-
rival. Anybody
A
else
what?
have a rival? I'm just looking at my rival, which I feel like she would not be involved in this.
Yeah. So I think this is you're not going like if you were going after the bill hooks here,
Mhm.
then that would be like enemies or rivals interfering. And I should take that die away. But I think you get 3. I think the engagement roll is 3d6.
All right.
So somebody go ahead and roll me 3d6 and see what we get.
You want to each roll one?
You roll. You roll.
Okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3.
In there.
5, 5, 4.
Okay. So that's a mixed result. You're going to, when the action starts, when we cut into the action of this score, you will be in a risky position.
Okay.
And I think that what that looks like is you guys. No, you know what? That's exactly what we did for the very first score ever. I'm not going to do the same thing as the very first score, but I do have to figure out what's risky about this.
The door is locked upstairs. Once we get in, the door is locked. Is that in the right range?
Yeah, I think you get into the cellar, and because you picked this point of infiltration, for the cellar. But yeah, I think you find the door to the upstairs. There's nobody in the cellar. It's completely dark in here. Yeah. I don't think it's risky, but somebody should mark something on their load for a light source. It's completely dark in here.
I've got a lantern.
Yeah, if you want to be able,
I've also got burglary gear.
You need to be able to see down here. So somebody mark that off.
It is. I got a lantern.
Okay, great. So Arva, you raise your lantern, and you see that at the back of this basement, this is like a dirt floor with like that house is way too big. This is only 2 stories, and it's much smaller than that. And it's sort of falling apart too. It's sort of broken down. It's mostly wood, but you have like a stone foundation here, and there are like sacks of vegetables in here, and like boxes of stuff, and like some broken old wooden furniture, and then there are some stairs that go up, and on the door of the stairs, you see a bright shiny padlock.
I figured the interior door would be open. Let's see.
Yeah, you would think that an interior door would be open. This one is not. I wonder why. I love how the storytelling happens on its own.
I want, like, could I do, I don't know. So I don't know what the right thing would be, but sort of like, can I maybe investigate the sort of the surroundings, or like listen in, maybe like try to, maybe there's like a vent or something I could listen at, just to sort of like
see if you can
maybe look for
upstairs.
Get a feel for the place, or like look for clues too about like, why is this door locked?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me. So that's going to be survey, I believe, is what you're describing. This is going to be don't roll it yet. This is going to be controlled and lesser effect.
Okay. I've got 1 die, so I'll go ahead and roll. I got a 3.
Yeah. So you actually don't find anything like a vent or any way to look or to like find out what's going on above you. So you prowl around a little bit, like looking and sort of trying to smell the air, but you don't get anything. If you want to keep doing this, you'll have to find another way to do it.
Yeah. Well, I think I can get the door open. Are you ready to go in?
All about unseen and traverse obstacles. Yes, all right. It's probably for best.
Okay. So Arva and some oil, like to oil the hinges, and works the lock. I'm marking off my burglary gear
Awesome.
on my loadout.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
I attempt to pick the lock.
So this is, I believe, lock picking is normally going to be. You could do tinker, or you could maybe probably do finesse.
I'd rather do finesse.
Yeah.
Does the burglary gear, does that like make it possible, or does it give me a bonus to the roll? Or
So yeah, this with your burglary gear, this is going to be controlled standard.
aha, okay, all right, and
This is not a crappy padlock. It's like a sort of a shiny new padlock.
so options for more dice are push myself, stress, devil's bargain, somebody helping.
I think I
How does
can.
the somebody helping work?
Somebody helping is they take stress and they describe how they help you.
Okay, I have a pry bar. I could have somebody like applying pressure to the lock while I'm working the tumblers. If anybody wants to do that.
So right now you've got one die. It is a controlled standard roll.
Mm-hmm. Is it worth a stress to try to open it? What I'm trying to do is open the door silently. So I guess the failure mode would be noise is made.
I'm not there. Okay. Well, so what you're talking about here seems like you're talking about trading risk for effect. So we can say that, or no.
I was just trying to describe what I'm doing.
I was not considering this risky, but maybe I should, since there's the possibility of it making sound.
Yeah, I think.
So let's say risky.
That was
standard.
the risky thing that I was thinking was from the roll in the beginning. There's a risk that it's going to be noisy going in, and I'm trying to mitigate that risk by picking a lock.
Yeah.
Okay. So
right.
So
you're right. It is risky, and so this should be a risky roll. I shouldn't have said it was controlled.
Yeah.
Kel would take a stress and help by using a tune to try to sense when people are nearby on the other side.
Okay.
There's
yeah. So Kel, you unroll your tools and you start trying to figure it out, and Kel puts his hand on your shoulder and whispers, wait, they are close, and then you wait for a second for somebody to walk past to a point where they won't see.
Tell me when.
Go ahead and roll.
6.
Wait, you have, oh yeah, okay, 6, perfect. The lock opens silently. You take it and you do what you please with it. And you, tell me what you do.
So we creep into the kitchen, as it turns out. So Kel just kind of could tell where the person who came in for a midnight snack was and where they were. So we know where one person was.
So what if we, so here's an idea. We start bagging people and we take them to the basement.
Yeah.
Knock them out, stash them in the basement as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So Kel,
sorry, go ahead.
I think right now you guys are interested in knowing where people are in here.
Yeah.
So I think can we do Kel's actual
Hacker
attunement
time.
roll?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this is going to be risky standard.
Okay. Dave, were you saying something about helping or something?
Do you need help?
I could always use it. This is not the kind of situation where I necessarily desperately need it, but
I don't have a.
What would trading for a higher effect look like?
So, like, standard effect might be, in this case, you're trying to figure out where people are. So standard effect is like, yeah, you sort of basically get a
There's a
sense
soul
of,
there and a there and there.
yeah, like here are the ripples in the ghost field. Great effect might be, you know, precisely where they are and where they're going, and
I can
maybe a
basically
little bit
see
about
their aura through the walls, kind of thing.
you can like see their aura through the walls if you have great effect.
Then I want to go for great
I
effect.
How many dice do you have?
Right now I have
That
3.
roll.
Okay. I was gonna say.
But you can, yeah, you can make this
like,
desperate
this
great.
also seems like a opportunity
Yeah.
for a hunt roll, and I can get 3 off a hunt roll too.
I'll take that action, and yeah, I mean, if Dave can help, take if he.
I don't have a ton of stress to spare.
Then don't. Okay,
Let me
that's
see
fine.
where my stress is. Oh, I'm good on stress, so I can.
If you can take a single one to give me a die,
yeah.
I'd feel good about that.
I'll do
You
that.
should. We do need you to say how you're going to help him.
Okay. Let's see. How would I help?
I think it would literally be helpful to me if Arva can like
Secure the
hold
area.
my body up so that I can really fully and like that way I don't have to worry about like my body collapsing and stuff. That great at this, and that might be a side effect that he can actually help me control my body.
Sure. Yeah. So Arva, like you. So Kel, you like lean on Arva.
Yeah.
Sure.
I kind of like
that's
put
fine.
my arms to the side a little bit. He puts his hands underneath my armpits.
So
and I kind of like lean back against his chest.
I hold you up.
You are really
spirits.
That's right.
So you're really like forgetting about the physical world and like really putting yourself into the ghost field. So that is what's going to make this desperate with great effect, is that you're really losing yourself into it.
Sure. The position here is desperate.
Yep.
The effect
go ahead and mark a tick.
Is great.
Yep.
I have 1 bonus die from Arva. So that did not give me the bonus die. So roll 1d.
Where's that popping up?
Three.
Okay, so you rolled an attune with 4
Oh,
dice, and then you rolled
no.
another one.
I rolled a
Wow.
3.
You rolled a 1, a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 3.
And that didn't even count. I rolled a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Okay.
That is
average. My Dave, we used up all of our good luck last time. Dave and I were just slapping necks and cashing checks, rolling 6s all over the place.
Arva.
I dropped him.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No. What happens is this. Kel, you attune to the ghost field, and immediately, right away, as soon as the real world fades out and the ghost field fades in your vision, you see a familiar spirit.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that guy.
This is a ghost that you have taunted and
Who is it?
manipulated
Yeah.
Did you put
on
something up on the
multiple
screen?
occasions.
No,
No, I didn't
okay.
put anything on the screen.
No, I just remember who the ghost
This
was.
is a ghost that you let into the city on your
this
first
guy.
score,
This guy.
and
Yeah.
then you manipulated that ghost to be a distraction, and then on a later score you called up this exact same ghost. You've been calling this ghost all over the city.
Oh,
Now
no.
this ghost
Uh-oh.
has
Did we
set
fill
a
up his
trap
clock?
for you,
Uh-oh.
and here it is.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to say that you are possessed.
Oh,
That's the
boy.
consequence.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
This ghost is waiting for you. Like it was outside the door. It just like went around a corner. It like walked its body around a corner. When you came out into the kitchen and started attuning, it just left its body thump on the floor and zhup. You opened yourself up. This ghost was like whoop, right in. Now that's a consequence. You can resist any consequence.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to resist the consequence of being possessed. Indeed. Okay, so I'm going to roll my resolve.
Yep.
And I roll a
Hey, there we
6.
go.
You rolled a 6 on your resolve. So you are not possessed, but instead what a successful resistance roll does is it reduces the severity. So this ghost like comes at you, and it attempts to get into you. I think that I will give you a choice. You can either, yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that you are going to take 1 level 2 harm, and that level 2 harm will be either spirit burned, which is just a general state of like psychic and spiritual sunburn, or like you just like too much electroplasm, you got some circuits fried by it. Or you can pick level 2 harm, can't tell what's real.
Interesting.
So spirit burned will make it like harder for you to attune. I'll make your attune rolls harder. Can't tell what's
Okay.
real will make it like, will be like things like study or survey or finesse or prowl will probably be harder.
Then I would definitely take the can't tell what's real. It's funnier, I think, and a little more interesting, and it lets my character still actually accomplish things. So
you guys see
real.
Kel just struggling. Suddenly he like starts seizing, like like crazy
Boss,
stuff
come down.
going on. And
I'm gonna lay him down and hold him.
and after like a minute, he calms down and his eyes open. Yeah. And he looks kind of confused.
What is wrong? What is it, boss?
Oh, are the puppies here?
Did you bring
Did you bring any of the puppies with you? Elena, I need to
Yes.
see a puppy, like right now. Oh,
I
the
can-
what a big... And I think he scratching out of his beard. He's like,
I can.
puppy. Okay, we go inside now.
Oh,
Okay.
I can. That is not a puppy, but I can bring one. I can call them.
So I'm going to start
What is-
a clock right now. And that clock is let me actually bring up this clock and start it. You have gotten the attention of one of the residents of the house. This is a 6 clock. Yeah, it's a 6 clock, and it's called Residents Alerted. And there are that was a pretty significant interaction that just happened with one of them.
Yeah.
So that's 3 segments filled on that 6
Ah.
clock.
Okay. We should. What did you find anything, boss?
I think I found a friend, an old friend. And I think Kel is going to try to do his ghost command thing to this ghost yet again, but not in a self-preservation, but in just it's an old friend. Like walk up to a ghost and be like, "Come, let us catch up. We must exchange kisses on the our ancestor spirits and catch up a little. Tell me what is new with you." So he's gonna make an attune roll.
You fire up your compel to attune to try and tell this ghost what to do again.
Okay. So I take it this is a risky thing to attempt.
Oh yeah. No, this is desperate. This is desperate standard.
Okay. Standard effect. And I think this would be a lovely time to hear a devil's bargain from you.
Oh, a devil's bargain. You could get another die in exchange for something. Yeah. Here's the devil's bargain. You can have another die. The devil's bargain is that this is about more than just ghosts.
Okay. It's about more than just... That sounds vague enough for me to...
Don't take that if you don't want it. That's going to happen whether you succeed or not. If you take it.
It's about more than ghosts, and I rolled a 5.
He took it.
Okay. Yeah. Where is? Oh yeah. Okay. A 3, a 2, a 4, and a 5. Awesome. Cool. And make sure you mark another XP for that desperate roll.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, boss.
Yeah. So you get control of this ghost. The other two of you, yeah, you know what?
Can I?
This is creepy, and you guys need to. So here's what happens. Kel falls down, has a seizure. You get him up. You wipe his brow, and then he's like, "No, guys, I can handle this. I'm capable of handling this." And he goes back into attunement, and this time he grabs the ghost. He gets it. And the ghost, like a actual ghost, comes into the room, and it is scary as all get out. It is like writhing.
Large action over here.
It's like it's translucent, and it's like dripping, and it's like little lightning zaps of electroplasma are like zapping places. Mm-hmm. You two are going to take level 1 harm scared, which you can feel free to resist.
How does resistance work again?
Resistance is, so this is a resolve roll. What you'll do is you will take 6 stress and then roll your resolve, and whatever you roll on resolve, you subtract that from the 6 stress that you take.
Wow.
And you take that's how much stress you take.
Is it like the number of dice or the number of pips I have in the first column?
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Man.
Yikes. I think I'm gonna get scared. Elena gets. Oh man! Ouch. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to resist it, or I'm gonna resist it.
Cool.
Can I just click resolve and something will happen? Oh, bonus dice. No bonus dice. 5 stress.
Wow. So I guess you take 5 stress.
Yep.
But you do not take the level 1 harm scared.
So I've got both of my level 1 harm boxes filled now.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's less effect. That's why I didn't want to do it.
Yep. So when you do a roll, I have to start you out at a lower effect level
Okay.
because you're
Mhm.
scared and you have this bleeding, unhealed cut on your thigh.
Okay. So I think
Boss, how is this helping us?
No,
Can
now
I-
you have a ghost under your command. You can tell it what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
But we
can
didn't.
I- can I do-
we didn't come here to play with ghosts. We came here to catch some dudes.
Can I make a play?
Yeah, man.
So Elena's, like the whole ghost thing in the going on, kind of freaks her out. It like freaks her out. So she's not gonna like consult with the others. She's gonna, she just says like, this is not what I agreed for. Ugh. You'll deal with that, boss. I will go do other things. I will get us a body. That is what I will do. You'll good luck. And so she leaves. And I what I want to do is I want to go try to track down a just kind of ignoring whatever is going
Elena.
on and run it and going out spooked. I'm gonna go try and track down one of these dudes and bring it back being like, right, we're gonna collect some bodies, we're gonna knock them out, we're gonna get them in the basement. That's the plan. I'm gonna go find us a body.
Sure. So, yeah, that sounds like that's going to be a hunt.
Hunt
And
roll. Yep.
this will be risky and lesser effect
Okay.
because of your harm.
Okay. I got
Position for effect.
You can trade position
your
for
effect.
effect to make it desperate at standard effect.
And I
trade position, or I could wait, or if I took a desperate action, that would do what? Sorry.
No, so you're telling me I want to hunt around the house to find somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, for you right now, that is risky. The position is risky, and the effect is less. So one of the things that one of the powers that you have in the rules as a player is you can trade position for effect, and you can make it desperate and standard effect.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's
If you wanted to. There are other things you could do to raise the effect, like when you push yourself, you take 2 stress. You can choose between taking an extra die or raising the effect 1 level.
Oh.
and I
So you
think
could push yourself to raise the effect.
Cal is going to take a stress to give you a die.
No.
I don't think he can because she just took off.
I'm not. No, I'm
ignoring
not.
us.
I just. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just.
Arva's like, get back, and she
Yeah.
just takes
Gotcha.
off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She
Okay.
just took off.
Cool.
So.
She's gone rogue.
Yeah. I am trying to think if I should like do a desperate action or take a stress.
Desperate action. Desperate. Mark them XP ticks.
Yeah, I know. So the stress will either give me an extra die or just give me an extra die.
Well, so if you take 2 stress to push yourself, you can either get an extra die or you can raise the effect level. Currently, the effect level is less.
Okay.
It's lesser effect. So you could bump the effect level up by 1 to standard effect if you were to push yourself.
Bump the effect level up by 1 to standard effect if I push myself for 2 stress, or I could take a desperate action.
Yeah, you could also trade position for effect and make this a desperate action with standard effect. You could do both, and it would be a desperate action with great effect.
Oh, that would be fun.
Blow the lid off of it.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it. I'll take the stress, and I'll do a desperate action.
Okay.
Great effect.
Okay,
For
so
great
this
effect. Woohoo!
this is a desperate action with great effect. Go ahead and roll hunt.
All
That's
right,
3d6.
3d6.
Six.
All right, here we go.
Six,
She's
six,
just kind of.
six,
I mean,
six,
like
six.
she's freaked out, but she's also like locked in. Like the adrenaline is going, so she's like in hunt mode. All right, here we go. I got a 1, a 2, and a 5.
Okay, 5. So you succeed, but there is a consequence.
Oh boy.
You succeed with a consequence. So here's what happens. I believe that you. So first of all, the first thing you notice when you're hunting is, and this is pretty much a gimme. There's a closet in a hall just off the kitchen with like a dead body in it. This is the person who was possessed by the ghost that you saw Kel manipulating.
Well, she's okay. She's
Right,
not...
right. But that's the first thing. There's more.
Okay.
There's more.
Yeah.
But I
no,
just
like,
want, because you're saying I'm hunting for people, this is something that you find.
Okay.
You look in this closet, but then you go past it.
So she's specifically like they want living people though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's what she's. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm giving you this information because you would find this out as a matter of course when you're doing this, but this is not the thing that you rolled the die for.
Okay.
You I think you smell the air and you're like, "You know what? I think I can tell because these people are filthy. They're possessing these bodies. They don't really care about them. They're unwashed." And you smell there is a smell coming from upstairs. You start to follow that smell.
Yeah.
You go up the stairs, and you enter. There's a bedroom that the smell is coming from.
Yeah.
And so you open the door and you go in the bedroom, and you see, like lying in a pile, just as though they just lay down anywhere. They're not in beds. They're not like. They're just haphazardly as though they just drop their bodies all at the same time. 4 people, 3 women and a man, all different ages, completely like ragged clothes, dirty, filthy, unwashed, they haven't washed for like a month, and they're just lying there asleep. Like they're going to have terrible pins and needles when they wake up in the morning because they're in just bad positions, like the positions that like babies sleep in. But these are fully grown adults.
On the floor. Yeah.
But you do trigger, I think, a booby trap when you go in the door.
Okay.
I think there's a there's a consequence for this. Maybe I'll give you a choice. Either the door is booby trapped and you're going to take another level 1 harm, which will have to be a level 2 harm because both your level 1 harms are filled up. Or some other consequence that maybe you guys can help me think of.
Don't we have
because I've been handing out a lot of harm.
Don't we have a clock?
A alerted clock goes all the way out.
Oh, you know what? How about
the other one?
Yeah, no, that's a better consequence. Yep. Where's that clock?
The clock.
It's on our guild sheet, or whatever we call it.
Yep.
Crew sheet.
The crew sheet has it. Oh yeah. This is a desperate level consequence. Gosh. So I think I don't want to fill up all 3 of these because I think you did sneak up here, but I'm going to fill 2 of them. If anything happens, anything happens more, the littlest thing, and they will know you're here.
Okay.
But currently there are 4 sleeping individuals in one bedroom altogether.
Okay. So I think she gets in there, like I think she's gonna have have the presence of mind to be like, okay, like we know. And she's done the count, so she's like, there was one dead guy in the closet, and there are four. There are 4 sleeping people in this room. That accounts for everyone, probably. So she's like, I'm gonna, and they're all asleep. They don't know I'm here. So I'm gonna go down and give a report and we're gonna see if we can get I'm gonna go down and report.
Okay.
And we're gonna go from there.
Kel, the ghost that you have attuned to command is restless and wants a command from you. You don't have to give it right away. This is not a challenge. I'm just letting you know. But Elena comes into the kitchen and explains to you. Yeah. Go on, Elena.
She's like, all right.
Elena, communications.
Yes. So I go up these stairs. I go out. I do some scouting. I find one body in the cupboard. It is she, not sort of like side-eyeing the ghost, like it is that one's body, I think. So I find one there. I go up these stairs. I go into bedroom. I find 4.
Yes, let's go.
They're sleeping on the floor. They're sleeping. We must be careful though. They are in big pile, like playing pickup sticks. They're all tangled up. But I think we all go in together. We knock them out. We take them to basement.
We just do it in that room. We just do it in that room.
Yeah.
What? We don't need to move.
Yes, well, it is 5. I have seen 5. I've seen 5 people. Yeah. That is everybody. We have counted them all. Let us go.
Okay.
We'll do this quickly.
I think Kel would command this ghost to join us for the tea party that we're going to have. So Kel is, what Kel gave the ghost something to do when they first. Yeah. So the ghost,
like follow
I think,
me or something.
No, he said, "Tell me what you've been up to." So the ghost has been.
Oh yeah, the ghost has been.
Oh. Yeah. So the first thing that Kel commanded the ghost to was, "We've got to catch up. Tell me what's been going on with you." And so I think Kel has been like drinking ghostly shots of clear spirits, and he doesn't have anything. But Kel doesn't really know what's real and not real. So Kel has been kind of socially drinking, so to speak, with this ghost. And and then once you can tell me what the ghost says, if anything. Maybe the
I'll
ghost
tell you.
just noiselessly shrieks.
We're going to generate what the ghost tells you.
Okay.
And so here is what I want. I want from you. Josh, roll me 2 d6s, one of them first and then one of them second.
So the first roll is a 3, and the second roll is a...
Okay. Yeah. What happens as you're talking to this ghost is you start to see in the walls just these like eyes and mouths start appearing. And the ghost says to you, I fear the faces. And when you talk to this ghost, when you get an impression of what this ghost is thinking, you get this sense of like dread, like that the ghost is scared of something. And the what you like. You see these sort of images of just like a bunch of faces appearing places.
I think Cal would say to Elena and Arva, he would say, there are faces in the walls. Don't keep your hands off the walls. You don't want to poke the house in the eye. Or maybe it will be or something.
I think this is while Elena's off upstairs and Arva's probably kind of at that, kind of hovering near the door and trying to keep an ear out for anything and quietly trying to tell Kel to pull it together. Because he's acting crazy.
Kel would tell the spirit, they've been talking. Has Kel, we have met many times, but we have not exchanged names. Please tell me.
I am Susan.
Well, Susan, if you would please come with me. And he like sticks his arm out like he's going to escort a lady. He says, join me for a little tea party me and my friends are having. Come.
She says, I will hollow out your heart, but okay. And she goes,
I will hollow out your heart. And then she just like takes his arm and they start walking forwards.
yeah, that's precisely it.
Okay.
All of this is why Arva is so stressed out right now.
Yeah, Elena, you are scared of this. This
I
is
think-
scary.
Kel gives Arva a thumbs up as he's walking by and he's like, think I just got her to say yes to going on a date with me. Or I think this might actually be happening right now.
You guys
Hey,
sense
boss.
that he is not completely there with you.
Yeah.
Wait, Elena leans into Arva and says, do we just leave him here? Do we take care of this? Just the
No. Kel is following. Kel is
Yeah, we're-
following the directions that Elena gave on how to get to the upper room.
I
People
think you're taking us to the room, and we're kind of all going quietly with you to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have, and I'm like, we have to have Kel to do to capture the spirits in the bottle.
Elena takes a couple of just like deep breaths, trying to keep it together.
It will be okay.
And
The boss knows
yeah.
what he's doing. Sometimes
So I
it's just a little
lead them
crazy.
up the stairs to the room.
And while they're walking up,
And she,
Kel is.
she turns to Arva and says, okay, let us do this quick.
Let's do it. We got to get out of here. This goes.
Yes.
I'm totally
This
on
is-
board with this.
This is not. We are on very shaky ice here.
So while they're walking up, Kel is talking to Susan, and Kel is like, this is going to be such a beautiful ritual. This tea party, we're going to steal the souls of 4 people and put them in these little teapots. It's going to be amazing. You will never have seen such a thing. You will think I'm a great magician or wizard or something. I think Kel is trying to flirt with Susan and Brett. But
In a
it
delusional way.
doesn't
Kel-
really describe it.
I love this, but do you want me to make you roll to not wake up the sleeping people with talking?
I think.
I think
To her about this
on the way up, not like he's muttering.
Okay.
To her. He's not
Yeah.
like shouting.
I think eventually Elena's gonna, kind of turn to him and be like, "Shut it."
Yeah.
All right, so you guys make your way up the stairs and into the room. They are still asleep, but you notice that 1 or 2 of them are beginning to stir. There's like a slight motion as though they may be beginning to wake.
So I think, can we do like, so like we had a plan, like we want to sort of like be able to secure them, like knock them out or
Yeah.
something. So I imagine we brought.
I have
supply.
manacles.
Yeah, I know. Or like supplies for that. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
like sleeping gas. I don't know what we
Look
like.
in your
Yeah.
loadout.
Okay.
What have you
Ooh,
got?
that's true.
Yeah.
An unusual weapon could be like we throw a thing of toxic gas in there
Yeah,
and
or
kill
like-
all of them at once.
I think toxic gas is a special thing that's not an unusual weapon.
An unusual. I mean, I'll take an unusual weapon. Like, what could we use? Like, what kind of thing could we use to get them, but not us? I mean, do we just like all three of us go for the like? I don't know.
If
Chloroform. I'm not a kidnapper or murderer, so
yeah, you are. But
no, David, I'm not a kidnapper.
oh right,
or murderer,
yeah. So
I'm-
a garrote would be an unusual weapon, like something to strangle somebody with.
well, so we wanted to like secure them first.
Yeah, yeah.
What
you
about
can
a net?
have rope.
What
You
about
can
a
have
net?
manacles?
An
Or a
unusual
net.
weapon can be a net.
Well,
That can get all
What
of them.
about?
Do
wait,
you have
wait,
manacles?
Wait,
I have manacles.
No. Wait, what if we brought, like, syringes so that we can inject them to like keep them knocked out? Inject them with something.
So you don't have that kind of thing. You can do a.
Flashback.
It's completely
You bought the
possible to do a
syringes.
flashback to prepare something like that, and we can see how well it goes.
I
What's
mean,
up,
what
Josh?
do you guys think?
I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like. Okay, yeah. So
I mean, like we can't
kill these people within a short period of time.
Mhm.
So, do we want to do stuff to incapacitate them, or do we want to just all quickly kill these people?
If we chain them up, I can just cut the throats. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm
Yeah.
very
Well,
good at that.
I'm good at cutting. I can cut throats too.
I mean,
so
I'm just like my
one or
character's
two.
good at.
I mean,
chopping
so
up
let me
bodies
suggest
effectively.
that there are 4 of them,
Yeah,
and there are 4 of you.
including
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
Elena, Kel, Arva, and the ghost. So you can command
Yeah.
the ghost to kill one of them, and
Yeah.
you can
So,
each
like,
take
do
one
we
other
just-
one.
Are we just?
And I think that would probably be a group action,
Yeah, let's
like
do
a
it.
group skirmish.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we can just
group
do,
skirmish.
group skirmish.
What about?
let's do that.
Oh, would prowl be better?
How does pro-
I think
Ambush with
prowl is
close
not going to work
violence?
for this. You're pretty stationary for this.
It says
Backstab,
ambush
throat,
with
ambush
close
with
violence,
close violence,
backstab,
a backstab,
throat
throat
cutting.
cutting blackjack.
Yeah.
sort of.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If
cutting.
backstabbing is prowl, then prowl will work
Prowl
for
it
this.
is.
I don't know.
So the way a group roll works is that one of you is the leader. That person is likely to take some stress.
What's the bounds of how much stress that person would take?
That person could take a maximum of 4 stress.
Ooh.
I'll
So
do it.
that well, the way the group action works is that you is that all of you roll the same action,
Mhm.
and the group takes the highest number that gets rolled.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
one of you is rolling 2 die, one of you is rolling 3 die, one of you is rolling 2 and taking the lowest, right? For
Right.
each failure, the leader takes 1 stress.
Okay.
The ghost is going to be rolling 2 if you're going to if you're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the
how
ghost
many-
is probably going to be rolling like 2 or 3 die for this.
I can do 2 prowl or 1 skirmish.
I think prowl's better because the description of prowl seems to fit this the
Okay.
best.
Ambush.
Street fighting with them.
Yeah, they're not awake.
I think this. I would think this
basically.
is either finesse or prowl.
Okay.
I guess.
yeah,
I
ambush with
also-
close violence.
I'm also 2 stress away from. Like if I take
Yeah,
3
so-
stress, I'm
Let's let
I got it.
So
Kel lead it.
Kel is going to lead this. Each of
Okay,
you,
boss.
each of you roll it, and then I
Tell
will
us when.
roll for the ghost.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this a desperate action?
This is none of those things because instead of, oh, you know what? It should be. Sorry, no, it does have to be. This is desperate, and
wait.
I think that this is desperate, and I guess the leader marks experience. I don't know. We'll have to figure out who marks experience for this desperate group roll. But I think I do have to give it a position and an effect. This is going to be risky standard.
Risky.
Okay.
Risky or desperate?
Desperate.
Desperate standard. Okay.
Yeah, it's 4 people. It's desperate.
Is there
This
anything I can
desperate
do? Is standard going to get it done? Is there any benefit to pushing the effect?
Standard
standard?
So standard is you get it done.
Okay.
Lesser effect is like you almost get it done. You don't quite get it done. Great effect is you really get it done. You get it done and then some. But standard effect is you do succeed at the thing that you said you want to do. So standard effect is you do kill all 4 of these people.
Okay.
Desperate standard. All of you roll.
Okay.
Oh man, Kel, no.
I got a 5 and a 6.
Okay.
Oh, a 6. Yay.
Yeah.
So one of you got a 6. That means this succeeds with no consequences. Kel,
I take a stress for my failure.
looks like there's 1 failure. So you take that stress. Take 1 stress.
Okay.
So what happens is the ghost swoops down and manifests some electroplasmic force
Zap.
to zap one of these bodies and fly, like Susan like flies and like descends down the throat of this body, and the face like turns purple and a little zaps of electroplasm come out of it. What do the rest of you do to kill each of you to kill your mark?
Just
In this case, I
cutting
want it to be
throats.
fast, so I'm just gonna.
Go ahead and mark on your loadout what piece of equipment you're using to do this.
Oh yeah, my butchering knives.
A blade or 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go probably lung and throat, so there's no screaming and
Yeah.
gurgling. It's done.
Same.
Awesome.
Opens his mouth really, really
See these sharp.
predatory like, and he sinks his entire mouth down over the throat of this victim.
Ooh, brutal. Kel, this is what you came here for. It's time. The people have been killed. The spirits are coming out of the bodies. These are ghosts. So they are much more ready and capable of doing stuff outside of their bodies. They're a little bit more experienced. You can trap them like any other spirit, but you have a very short amount of time to get it done.
Right.
It's time for a really good attune roll with your please mark off your spirit hook, your electro hook, whatever the thing is called.
Yeah. So Cal is going to ask Susan to help him to give him an extra die.
Your attune, your command with Susan is supposed to run out after the initial command is carried out.
Okay. Can I?
So you gave her a command to kill somebody, and your attune command thing, your special ability, is now no longer in effect.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
she's just another spirit now. She did what you said, and now she's free.
Okay. Fair enough. So then I will, if I use my fine lightning hook, then roll. Right now, it's already right. We've established that.
Desperate standard.
So is going to fill these 2 bottles. If
It's gonna fill-
It's a single quad bottle.
or this 4.
It's a
this
single
all
quad
4.
bottle. But
But
yeah,
you
you
said that
should
they're-
actually mark off. So it's 1 bottle, but there are like 4 compartments in it.
Okay.
But you should mark off 1 load for that because you're carrying
A
it.
useful item.
Okay. And I am definitely going to take stress for a bonus die, for sure.
Okay.
Can I
This is
also do
very-
that, or is that just one or the other?
You can help.
Because how many dice are you?
So,
are you on right now?
Kel, if you would take 2 stress to push yourself to get a bonus die, and
Right.
then Arva, you can take 1 stress to help to give another bonus die.
You want it?
Yes, please. I'll take
Okay.
all the help
I'm
I can
gonna
get.
grab my little Spirit Bane charm and
I,
hold it up and kind of try to maneuver to keep the ghosts close to Kel.
I think actually
Yeah.
that while as they're doing this, I think Elena is going to she after they get done, like after the bodies are dead, she turns to Arbor and says, I am come get me when it is over. And she's gonna leave.
I understand.
All right.
She's like freaked out. Like
And there's
she's
now there's
freaked
like
out
70 ghosts running around.
by the ghost stuff. So she says, I will wait in the kitchen. Come.
So,
get me
Kel,
if you need me. She's gonna go downstairs.
Kel
got a
got
6.
Elena pieces out. Kel, you have a choice to make. You got a 6. You succeed greatly, and you get to make this choice. You have 4 spirit
do it
bottle
right.
compartments, and you have 5 ghosts. Do you want to put Susan in this bottle, or do you want to leave Susan out and leave one of the other ones? Or do you want to put Susan in the bottle and leave one of the other randos out and about? Or do you want to leave Susan out and put the 4 randos in?
Oh, I'm putting Susan in a bottle for sure.
No, put Susan in a bottle.
Put Susan in a bottle with 3 of the others and leave another one of the
They were
ghosts
supposed
out.
to be
No,
freshly
I mean-
killed.
I put those 4 guys.
It's fine.
in the 4 chamber, and I've got another bottle for Susan,
Okay.
right?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh god.
Yeah, I guess that's what the roll was for. Sure.
Yeah, because the 6 is getting.
Those-
If I can put those guys into the 4 quad thing, and then into I've got another bottle, and I've got the
Sure. Yeah, and you've got a lightning hook that has been specially modified to manipulate multiple spirits that you spent a coin to get specially made. So like you can do this, and sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Susan
You
in
get
bottle.
Susan. So Susan is in a separate bottle. And then the
Nice.
4 randos are in the special quad bottle.
Awesome.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend in a bottle.
You gotta run it the right way.
Yeah. I think
I'm gonna.
Whoa.
Wait.
There's a price.
Yes, you want. Yes, you're gonna
Whoa.
be with me, whether you like it or not.
Okay, this is going live on the
The
internet.
bottle.
Okay.
And you're super duper hot.
all right, so I think that you guys are going to face one more challenge on your way out. Unless you want to actually no, you know what? Tell me, are you doing anything? Are you just leaving at this point? Or are you gonna do something with these bodies or what?
Kel has a
Another empty bottle. And there are ghosts here. Kel wants
You
the
got
ghost-
all the ghosts here.
You got all the ghosts.
Oh.
You got them. There were 5.
Okay.
So I
the body.
Well, what have they been doing here, though? There's something else going on here. I think Kel wants to make a study roll.
You want to look around this house to see what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, controlled standard.
Yeah, what
Now-
is the ghost afraid of, right?
Yeah, so right now, controlled, if I trade position for effect, that would make this risky.
Risky, great.
I'm gonna get Elena and try to set up the veil, the crow's veil.
That's a great idea. You can do that.
Okay.
That
And
happens.
We'll take the blood, mark the pattern.
Yep.
hide
Yeah, go
the
ahead and
killing.
what's that roll, Kel?
I can do that.
That would be a 5.
Okay. Yeah. So risky, great. There has been activity here of a supernatural kind beyond just these ghosts. You find one of the other bedrooms up here. It has got you can't count them, but the whole wall is just covered in drawings of faces. Just like weird screaming faces, crying faces, sad faces, every kind of negative emotion, just like sketched in pencil, drawn in in crayon, like scratched into the wall with knives, just like whatever could make a face on this wall. Face, 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 face. You're in this room and you're holding up Arva's lantern, and it's like just faces everywhere. And you think that this is so standard effect is you find some weird faces on the wall. Great effect is this seems to be one of those supernatural entities known as the Forgotten Gods. You think this is probably some ancient spiritual entity that probably was trying to form a cult here. Probably was trying to take these ghosts and these possessed people and like bind them into its service. The influence doesn't seem to be super strong. However, there is some consequence from this. It's kind of hard to figure out what it is. I kind of want to give you level 1 harm freaked out.
Okay. That seems pretty.
So yeah. This is whatever this entity is. It's not benevolent, or at least it's
Right.
not benevolent to you. You get a deeply disturbed feeling from it.
So I'm not entirely anonymous to it.
Yeah. And Susan was scared of it.
Gotcha. Okay. I hold the bottle close and I say, "My dear, don't worry. I will never let him hurt you. Don't know. It's okay." And I think Kel gets like a piece of like, sure, a string or something, and he like wears her bottle around his neck.
The ghost is gonna be so pissed when it comes out. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna be in council.
Or in love, I don't know.
We need to
Yeah.
have talking to with this man. Once we're
Um,
done here.
So I think Kel interested in like this is power, right? And Kel wants power, and it's something. So Kel thinks maybe I might be in a position to make a bit of a deal with this thing, and maybe
with
make
the
some
devil.
progress on my whole unleashing within. Maybe this thing
Some advice.
be a bit like
Stranger in a strange land.
Even an old man on the side of the road knows things about the land you're traveling through that you don't. Maybe it can give him some advice.
Are you going to
He
do
can
something
provide
towards
it.
this end?
Yes, I am going to make an attune roll.
Whoo! What is
The house, he's already made a study of the house. So hopefully through that study, through that mixed success, this is the place.
He would reach out, so to speak.
Right?
Yeah, I need just to look something up real quick.
I think Kel looks over his shoulder at Arva and gives him a little wink. And does kind of, half serious, half comical. Oh, turns and he holds his hands up to his head, and you see his body begins to like quiver a little bit, and you see it.
Okay.
You see his body begin to like convulse.
Tell me, so if you just in this house, having seen evidence of one of the forgotten gods here, having just killed its maybe proto-acolytes, wish to reach out and try to attune to the ghost field to try and contact this entity, I'm going to tell you that there's not really a word for it in the rules that I remember,
Insane.
but it's worse than desperate. The position for this is like Death Wish.
I just heard 2 XP.
It's still 1 XP. This is Death Wish position, and effect is.
Oh, come on, man. That's gotta Death Wish? You gotta give me 2 XP for Death Wish.
Only 1 XP for Death Wish. Only 1 XP.
You're a monster.
But this is what I mean by this is consequence. If you roll a 5 or lower, the consequence will probably be, I say, you die. That's what Death Wish is. This is worse than Death Wish.
So this
You're doing
means
something.
That this...
It's a powerful entity that is an extremely powerful entity, and that is reflected in the rules of the game. And your character might die here.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
that's fair. Okay, extreme effect.
No, not extreme effect. Extreme position.
Okay, standard effect.
Standard effect.
Okay. So I can't trade any more position for any more effect. I'm just kidding.
You're in the worst position. You're in the worst position.
You have climbed out to the edge of the pole. Okay.
This is the worst position you can be in.
Okay. Now the question is, I would say that
they're busy putting up the crow's veil.
Yeah, we're doing.
Susan will not help you with this. Susan will make it worse.
You don't understand what's between me and Susan. You don't get to say just how she was there for me, man.
No, she hates you. You compelled her with supernatural force.
But if somebody hates you, that means that they're there to hate you. So she was there for me.
Okay, so that's your roll.
6, 3, 4, 5. 6. 6.
Wait, you have a
Can
4?
I get a... Yeah.
My stress is full, but I gotta...
Yeah. 6.
Oh, but hold on a second before you do that. Filling up your stress is taking a trauma. It's not one past. It's filling it up.
Okay, so
if you can push yourself here to get that extra die, but that's
I already
get
took
a trauma. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already took it.
Cool. You're traumatized. So we'll go over this. This is great. I love the trauma rules in this game are fantastic and really fun, and it actually opens up a way for you to get more XP in the future, which you just love getting that XP. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this works. What happens is in the ghost field, you see faces. just everywhere, like 1,000 of them. They're swirling around you. They're laughing at you. They're mocking you. Some of them are weeping. Some of them are crying. Some of them are like reaching into their own mouths and just like torturing themselves. There's teeth everywhere. There's noses. There's hair. It's crazy. You're just surrounded by it's like you're in a room where a mad sculptor has painted gargoyle faces, sculpted gargoyle faces on every surface. It's crazy. You're completely losing it. And then suddenly it just goes quiet and still, and all of the mouths speak, open and shut in the exact same rhythm, to say to you with 1,000 voices, will you help piece together that which was shattered?
Will you
Leash the beast with
within me? If so, we have choices.
And one of these faces, you know that thing inside of the alien's mouth in that one movie? One of the faces just shoots forward off of this like imaginary wall and just bam, right into your forehead and just like into you. And you feel the immense cosmic power, just like this huge reservoir of electroplasmic like rage and longing trying to like force itself through the tiniest crack into this reality. And that crack is you. Like you can put your finger in this wall like a little Dutch boy.
Oh, Josh.
And you just
Susan, give me strength!
and you sense that indeed the bargain has been struck, and that you will be given tasks by this entity, and in exchange it has searched through you, and it has found that bestial thing inside of you. You can tell that it has sounded your depths entirely. It knows every inch of you, and it says like, yes, I can give you what you want for the price.
Which is exactly what I just said to you.
And then everything for you, everything goes black. Awareness, whoosh, you know nothing. And the Elena and Arva find you in this room
with the faces,
with like a splintery shard of wood, just like carving faces on your like arm.
Oh, I don't find him. I'm still down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for them.
I'm like, boss. And I walk in and I find him like that, and I said,
he's completely mental. He's lost it.
Yeah. Like I look up at Arva and I'm digging into my arm with the piece of wood, and I'm like, Arva, I made a friend. I made a deal, but it cost me an arm and a leg. And he like stabs himself in the leg with the splinter of wood and just is laughing.
Take that splinter from him and throw it away, and I just pick him up, and I'm gonna go find Elena.
And I think that is where this score, unless you have more you want to do.
I think. Well, I think when when Arva brings
the raving Kel
down the stairs, and Elena sees it, she just shakes her head and looks at Arva, and mouths, "We need to talk."
You need to leave. Yes.
And and like she doesn't. Yeah, like they.
Mhm.
Okay.
See.
Cal is like, Susan says she thinks we should go down by the river for the picnic. I agree. See the ducks.
You hear this
I'm gonna-
whisper in the ghost field from Susan. I said no such thing. I will kill him.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think last thing I'll have Elena
Mhm.
grab some bottles of alcohol from a nearby bar or something, and we're gonna kind of get Kel home. Just so
Okay.
it's like we're just helping our drunk friend get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
And
Cool. So what we're gonna do now is what just happened. So when Kel took that last stress box,
Like to
Just take a moment to share my screen with you guys and show you I have full S and a level 3.
Yeehaw!
no,
Oh, no.
I didn't tell you to take a level 3 harm. You don't have to
Bargaining
take a
with the
level 3
devil.
harm. No. You don't have to take harm for
That's
that.
not a harm. Yeah.
You got a 6. There's no consequence. You got a 6.
Okay.
There's no consequence. You're
At some
good.
point, you were telling me to take a level 3. Sorry. Okay.
I don't think did I? No. If you had only rolled a 5, if you had not rolled a 6, it would have been at least level 3 harm. Or worse.
I thought that
but
level
you
3
rolled a- you
harm
rolled
that
a
I
6.
took. I thought that I took that before the attune.
No, I told you to take a level 3 harm, and then you resisted it, and that moved it down to level 2 harm, which is can't tell what's real.
Okay.
That was
Okay. Cool.
oh.
If
so,
you're
I
telling me
don't
to
remember.
take
Don't
it
worry
off,
about it. Yeah,
I'm
take it
taking
off. When a PC marks their last stress box, they suffer a level of trauma. When you take trauma, circle one of your trauma conditions. They're all described on the next page. When you suffer trauma, you're taken out of action. You're left for dead or otherwise dropped out of the current conflict, only to come back later, shaken and drained. When you return, you have 0 stress, and your vice has been satisfied for the next downtime. So take all your stress away.
Oh.
All your stress goes away. Trauma conditions are permanent. Your character acquires the new personality quirk indicated by the condition and can earn XP by using it to cause trouble. When you mark your 4th trauma condition, your character cannot continue as a daring scoundrel. You must retire them to a different life or send them to prison to take the fall for the crew's wanted level. So here's a list of trauma conditions that Kel gets to choose from. Cold. You're not moved by emotional appeals or social bonds. Haunted. You're often lost in reverie, reliving past horrors, seeing things. Obsessed. You're enthralled by one thing, an activity, a person, an ideology. Paranoid. You imagine danger everywhere. You can't trust others. Reckless. You have little regard for your own safety or best interests. Soft. You lose your edge. You become sentimental, passive, gentle. Unstable. Your emotional state is volatile. You can instantly rage or fall into despair, act impulsively, or freeze up. Vicious. You seek out opportunities to hurt people, even for no good reason. Now, you can play your trauma conditions as much or as little as you like. They can totally transform your character's persona or have only a small impact. It's up to you. If you do play them strongly, though, allowing a trauma condition to complicate your character's life, you can earn XP for it. So, pick a trauma.
I'm thinking if anybody else has any particularly strong insights, I'm open to them. But right now, I'm kind of leaning towards haunted or obsessed.
I was thinking
Because
this sounds like haunted.
Yep.
let's go haunted.
No.
Let's go haunted.
All right. Kel is now officially haunted. Great. Congratulations on this score.
You know what, Matt?
Uh,
Before we move on, can we just say
we-
that, like, at some point he's holding the bottle and he's Susan, and it like he drops it and it shatters open, and now it's Susan haunting him.
No.
No thing. That's right.
Haunted is a
is
personal
not literally.
psychological. Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're not necessarily literally haunted, although that is something that can
My
happen.
girlfriend. Oh, what's happened to you? I promise I will make like special cover to put around bottles so nothing can happen to you.
So we need to do the after. We need to do the post score thing.
I have a point.
Uh-huh.
During the game session, when you roll in a group action that's desperate, you also mark XP, as is in the.
Oh, all of you do?
Section. Yeah. So I think everybody gets an XP for that. Just FYI.
Crazy.
Go
ahead and mark that.
Where do we mark that?
How does? Oh, every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP, and that action's
attribute. Okay.
Yep.
Attribute.
That's not playbook advancement. That's like prowess. It was prowl, right?
Exactly. It was prowl. So mark an XP in prowess, each of you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
my prowess just filled up.
Great. When we do your characters,
okay, we'll take
when
care
you
of it.
when you do your character's XP in just a minute, then we'll take care of that. So payoff.
That's a payoff. Elena is going to go to Arva and say, I think the boss needs to rest. I think you go to what was the woman's name?
Nadia.
I think you go to Nadia. You settle up
so
with
too.
her. I think I go see the little funny man. I settle up with him.
That sounds good.
It's good plan.
Done and done.
Yeah. So okay. So you get. So okay. Let's go through it in order. Payoff. You get 2 rep. I think this was not 1 tier higher or 1 tier lower. I think this was your tier because these were like normies. They were super easy to kill. So I think you just get the 2 rep.
But do we get -2?
Oh, hey, look.
No, I think that fills up your rep. And
But
then
don't we get the -2 from our turf?
I'm
-2
not
heat
talking about
versus- we're
heat.
not talking
I'm
about
talking about rep.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, although if this is not a silent operation, people know about it. So you do gain some rep. So this is 6 coins, standard score, decent loot.
So as the collecting the coin, so Elena goes and collects the coin. She's going to come back and she's going to meet with Arva. And, like, she's counting out the money and she hands him 3 coins, visibly pockets 2 of them, and then holds the third one out to him in her hand and says, "Tonight was a problem.
Yes.
I did
It's
not.
very erotic.
Just so you know, the crew owes a tithe to the Leviathan Hunters of 1 coin.
Yep, that's so like it in LT in pocketing the 2 coin, like Elena's, like her MO has been so far, I get paid. And so like, she's communicating like she expects that like that 2 coin is her payment. Like you get, you know that's what she's communicating. She's like,
Yep.
I expect 2 coin as part of my payment. And then she's got the 3rd coin. And she says, tonight was a problem. This was not the pack that I signed up for. This is not the pack that I think is family. This is not the pack that I invite my family. Motioning to indicating the wolves that are now sort of wandering around the house. I do not. This is pack of wolves, not pack of ghosts. The wolves are my family. The ghosts, they are not my family. Do you see how this is problem?
Let's see.
And she's still got she's got the the coin in her hand between you two. She says, "How do we so tell me, how do we solve this problem?"
Let's see. I think I would go to take the coin. And ask
when you as you take the coin, she doesn't pull away, but like she closes her hand on yours so that the coin is between it, and she says, "How do we solve this problem?"
Well, let's see. I don't know.
So it sounds like Elena is trying to get an extra coin in exchange for having to deal with ghosts.
Oh, I was kind of reading that as Elena is looking to get out. Okay.
There are. All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys cutting? Oh, good.
When does the wolf leave the pack? When does the wolf leave the pack?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't think the wolf leaves the pack.
Yes.
When the pack has trouble, the wolf fights.
Is this then? Perhaps the question is this the wolf's pack or not?
It is. You have joined the pack.
I do the jobs. I make the coin.
You grow the pack. And here we are.
Yes, perhaps I make a mistake. Perhaps, like I say, my family is.
Do you guys want to settle this with some kind of roll?
Is family of wolves.
Yeah.
My family is not family of ghosts. My pack is not a pack of ghosts.
Looks like this is a decision for Arvo to make.
Will you challenge the boss? Will you challenge the boss then?
No, I do not want to be head of pack.
Okay. Then do you pay rent? Then do you pay rent? Now I'm saying if you're not part of the pack, then you're going to pay rent until you are evicted. And we're going to need more than just one of those coins over here.
Do you want me to do work? I pay rent in blood. That is why you hire me. I give you blood. I have done my part.
Let's see. I think in this family, you are all in. It's not a job. It's a pack.
Then the terms of our arrangement have changed. No?
It was always a pack. from the beginning.
Well, then perhaps the pack has changed. I do not. I serve the wolf pack, not the ghost pack. If I join pack, I joined the wolf pack, not the
Yeah.
ghost pack.
There are ghosts. It's a ghost. It's like let's see. For Arva, it's like he's saying, "I didn't join the pack of people that breathe." It's like the world has ghosts. The world has ghosts.
So Arva, are you going to give in to Elena's request for an extra coin, or are you going to say no?
Oh, is that she's? Oh, no. My counter offer is that she gives up an extra. She gives up 2 coins if she's not going to be. If she's just a hireling.
Okay, Elena, are you going to leave the pack and just be a hireling?
Her suggestion is she's not very happy with the current situation. So, like she wants either. I mean, like you could probably. So, if I don't know. I guess we're like kind of dancing around it, but like, okay, so like you could give her the third coin, and she'd probably like, but she doesn't really want that. Like that would only be a temporary solution.
I would say for Arva that is that third coin is not even in question.
Yeah.
If you have a problem and you want to fix it, then you need to challenge the boss. Because you need to become the alpha wolf if you're having a problem with the way the alpha wolf is handling things.
Okay. Yeah. So Elena, you confront Arva about these ghosts that you don't like, and he's not willing to give you any extra money for it, but he basically says to you,
"But I am willing to take extra money if you don't want to be part of the pack."
He basically says to you, "You can either quit the pack, and in that case, I'm going to pay you 1 coin for the work that you just did, or you can stay in the pack and try to deal with Ghost Guy yourself," which is, get Kel to stop being so ghosty and challenge him and like try to deal with him directly. So those are your choices that Arva gives you.
All right. She lets you take the third coin. She says, "He needs the boss. He does some crazy things tonight.
He does.
This is not okay. This is not good. This is not good for the pack."
Cool. So we will
Noted.
figure out what Elena's status is within the organization off camera. For now, we need to move on to what you actually do with the coin.
Elena takes 2.
Elena takes 2. There are 4 remaining. It seems like you guys, between all of you, you have enough to go up a tier, which is pretty significant. Makes you more powerful in various ways. But you don't have to.
Looking for my. There we go. Okay. Excuse me.
So, yeah.
So how many sweets did we get for that entire job?
6 coin. 6 coin. Elena took 2 of them. There are 4 more to either give to the crew or take for yourselves. Right now, the crew has 2. If you add 4 to that, it's 6. If you were able to come up with 2 more somewhere, that would get you. That would bump you up a tier.
I'm going to take 2 and put 2 in the vault of the crew.
Kel isn't going to get any?
He can get some when he wakes up.
Okay. Yeah. Great. So now all the coin has been appointed for, except for, are you going to pay your tithe to the Leviathan hunters?
What are the conditions for that? Okay, so I guess
If you
expenses that
don't
we
pay,
currently-
then eventually they're going to stop liking you so much.
Yeah. And they want how much?
Just one,
One.
I believe.
All right. Let's take that one out of the crew vault.
Cool. Heat. Smooth and quiet, low exposure. Contained, standard exposure. Loud and chaotic, high exposure. Or wild, devastating exposure.
I think we kept
Weird.
that pretty quiet.
I think it was pretty much contained to that one house that I think people have been staying away from a lot.
Yeah.
So I think eventually somebody is going to find this house full of dead bodies, but when they
Well,
do,
no,
they're
there's a
probably going to
cult
be
in there.
like,
Well,
I
we
knew
also-
something like this was going to happen here
I mean,
eventually anyway.
We also reported back to Nadia, so she knows what happened.
Right. So she knows. I think that this is contained. I think this is 2 heat. And I think that because you have your cover operation, which provides you -2 heat, that leaves you at 0
Oh,
heat.
that's how we dealt with the bodies too, probably.
Oh, did you?
We
I
made
mean,
a
are you
bunch of
going to deal
ghosts-
with?
Yeah, maybe that's the
Fair
way
enough.
that we reduce the heat. We make a bunch of goat steaks.
We do one last flashback scene, and we see Rod. What's the guy's name?
Oh,
Ruby Rod.
he got.
Oh, your
he got
janitor
back.
friend?
He got back.
Yeah, but he's not a janitor anymore. He now works
Right.
for the butcher shop. So the last scene that we
Oh, that's
see
right.
is him walking
Lord
along this
Chumber.
Rourke.
Rourke. Okay.
And
You see, we pull out the bodies.
we stash the bodies in there, and then he just keeps walking along, whistling, pushing the cart all the way back to the butcher shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, and +2 heat if killing was involved, but then you have your crow's veils, which undoes that. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Now we need to roll entanglements.
I love the
currently
idea that
have-
if this is a serial television drama or some sort of visual art of each episode is this
Yeah,
tall,
that guy.
lanky guy in an
with his
ill-fitting
long
white
mustache.
butcher's
He has a long mustache.
Don't
Yeah.
forget the third arm.
third arm, and he's pushing a cart.
What?
Yeah.
I need to watch the last episode.
Okay, so somebody
Courtesy
roll
of
me.
AI art generation.
Somebody roll me a 1d per wanted level. So I think roll 2 die and take the lowest one, please.
4.
4?
I got a 4.
4
and
is the
6.
lowest?
Yeah, 4 and 6.
Okay. Let me find out what happens. Oh. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. So this actually is going to give me cover for the rules are allowing me to do something that I want to do anyway, which I love. Kel, you are not back at the hideout yet. Right?
Right.
You wandered off. You're not able to help with finishing this score. You just you're probably down at the docks, hanging out, saying crazy stuff to people. And
Yeah, I'm always talking to Susan and showing her around.
Yes.
Susan for a tour of the town.
Well, so here's what happens. There is an entanglement, which is called Unquiet Dead. If you roll a 4 or 5 and your heat is at 4, which it is, then Unquiet Dead happens, which is rogue spirit is drawn to you. You need a whisper or a railjack as an asset to deal with it, or deal with it yourself. So what happens is that Susan is actually much more powerful than you thought, and like there's maybe some tiny little flaw or imperfection in the bottle that you put her in. And as you're walking around sort of out of your mind, like just like faces just rattling around in your brain, completely overwhelmed by having been touched by this forgotten god, Susan like slips out of the bottle and is just sort of following you just over your shoulder and invisibly to everybody else. But this is something that you will have to deal with at some point. It will be a major problem on your scores and in your life because she hates you and she's no longer under your control in this bottle.
Fair enough.
Let me put that down in my notes, but that is your entanglement. Susan is free.
You know what they say, if you love something, you've got to let it go. And only if it comes back to you do you ever really lose yours to begin with. So the fact that Susan's sticking around outside of the bottle, really 100% confirmation of the truth of our love.
She's probably waiting for you to fall asleep so she can kill you. Next thing is, let's do crew XP. Farkash Renier. You filled your rep, but that doesn't actually help you at all. Oh yeah, and you got Fixer. Plus 2 coin for lower class targets. And
Wait, does
your
that count for
Fixer
this job?
Fixer is what's her name? Nadia. Yeah. So she, whenever you do a score that involves poor people or the seedy side of town, I believe, Nadia is able to set things up to get you 2 more coin for that. Here we go. At the end of each session, for each item below, mark 1 XP, or instead mark 2 XP if that item occurred multiple times. Execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation. That was a successful murder operation. There's an XP. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yeah, I think so. I think the Forgotten God is above your station.
Also, the what's it called? The little funny dude and his crew.
Is that a double, or is it just
what
one
little
per...
funny dude? What?
The guy who paid us to kill some guys.
Simon Burr.
You're not contending with him. You're working for him.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Do you think that was brutal, guys? Counts as brutal, do you think?
We killed an entire house of people.
Yeah, so that counts as brutal.
Simul kill, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, I think so. That's great. All 4.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's all for the crew XP. Yeah.
Do we want to tier up?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess that's a decision to make. Can you scrape together 8 coin?
Let's see.
The crew has 3.
Yeah.
Arva, you have 3.
Upon crew advance, each PC gets stash equals tier plus 2. So we'd each get 3 stash.
No, you would each get. Oh yeah, you would each get 3 stash. Yeah.
Elena is not interested in contributing any of her coin.
Now keep in mind, if your
character
will make more money putting in 2.
Yep, I know.
But
You have to you can only take out half from your stash. If you take 2 out of your stash, you only get 1.
Right, but
Yeah.
that stash, as we fill it up,
That's
your character becoming successful and like building wealth and stuff.
Yep. It may be that Elena
He's
is
got
not super
some
interested in
unresolved
that.
issues before you'd be interested in that. Or she.
But it looks like you can't seem to put together enough
Yeah.
coin for this. So it looks
Yep.
like you need a little bit more coin before you can get up to tier 1. Tier 1, just to remind you, tier 1 gives you access generally to better stuff and also better people. Like right now, when you go to heal, you're rolling like 1 die, right? If you were at tier 1, you would have a better chance of getting somebody who could roll 2 dice, to be able to heal you, stuff like that. Also, I would tend to give you more effect versus, tier 2 or tier 1 crews or factions. All right. So that's your crew sheet. Kel.
Yes, sir.
Have you filled up any of your? Okay, there we go. You addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power.
I'd say so. I'd
Definitely
say I did that twice.
one.
I mean, I
Were
used
there
my
2
arcane
separate-
power with
You definitely used
both
your
the
arcane
ghost and the
power.
god.
Okay, sure. Take 2.
I'm gonna
Okay.
step away for a minute while you're going through job.
Okay.
Cool. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I'd say I think that's a 2 for that one as well, because the expressed your beliefs drive. There's both the to take on a like there's a lot of stuff with advancing Farkas Renya. There's me engaging with the god.
stuff about
Give me
dealing with
specific
the ghosts.
examples.
So for one,
Give me specific examples.
drives, right? So for starters,
Mhm.
we've got the drive thing. He is driven to awaken this hunger within him. Right?
Okay. Yeah, that's one.
In terms of background, I think that a lot of this, like, Kel is consorting with ghosts and doing things that are causing a lot of friction with
other people
in his crew. So, I guess that's really probably the second one more. So maybe just like one. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
heritage.
Yeah, I think you
maybe
just
a
going
little
really
ways.
deep into all this ghost stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's one.
Yeah.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. I mean, I think you got your first trauma at the very end of the session. So I don't think you had a chance to do this, but you'll be able to get that third one going forward. Any?
Well, it's vice is this hunger thing, right?
Your vice is weird. Right?
I mean, I would think that a lot of the stuff that I did today was super, like, weird,
and it has
getting
to do
into
with
relationships
with
like with Susan. I now have Susan,
okay,
haunting
yeah,
me.
sure.
Also the weird God thing, the forgotten God, like leaning into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think you struggled with issues from your vice. Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that counts. All right.
So I get some
You're
down.
not quite there. Not yet. I want to get through all the XP and then downtime.
Yeah.
Arva.
Hello.
Did you fill up any of your? Almost.
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah, prowess has got a couple.
did you address a challenge with violence or coercion? I will say so. I saw some violence.
Mark
You can
one of
take one
those.
for that. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yeah, I think especially talking to Elena,
Okay.
reinforcing the structure of the tribe.
Okay, that can be a belief. You believe that the crew should stay together.
Yeah.
You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session.
Not so much. What one's
You're almost there.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave's not back yet. All right, so I guess we can do downtime after all.
All right.
Kel, you have downtime you want to do?
Yeah, so I've got a level 2 and a level 1 harm, so I need to deal
You
with
sure
this level
do.
2.
Slice healing progress clock. Then all of your harms, each of them goes down one level.
Okay, so if I
when
have
you-
a
when
2
you
and
take-
a 1, my 2 becomes a 1 and my 1 becomes a 0.
Yes, exactly. The 1 drops off and the 2 becomes a 1.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
when you fill the clock. So you
Yeah.
have to get and so right now I believe you know Sawtooth, who's a
Yes.
tier 1 healer. So you can take a downtime activity to go to Sawtooth, roll 1 die. If it's a 1, 2, or 3, you get 1 tick on the clock. If it's a 4 or 5, you get 2 ticks on the clock. If it's a 6, you get 3 ticks on the clock.
Okay. So that's a 2, so I get 1 tick.
You get 1 tick on the clock, and that's 1 downtime activity.
Oops. Okay, then I'll spend my other downtime activity to do that. And I rolled a 1.
Oof.
It's 2 tick.
Sawtooth is pretty bad. I mean, he's a higher tier than you are, but still.
I'm going to spend my stashed coin to
You
get
can't.
a 2
You'd
for
have to
1.
you would have to remove 2 worth of stash to be able to get 1 coin.
Okay. Well, and
Yep. You
have,
didn't get
cut me out of the coin, apparently.
well. You should ask Arva for your share of the loot.
I think I'm still and can't tell what's real and freaked out harms, and I just took on a haunted. So
yeah.
I think I am a bag of marbles and razor
bag of
blades
marbles.
right now.
A
And-
net of marbles.
And Sawtooth is trying his ever-loving best to put you
Yeah.
back together, but
And
you're
I'm
just
not
like
a good patient.
You're just in Sawtooth's back room, and he's got you in like a straitjacket, and he's
Yeah.
trying to do like therapy on you. He's just not good at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to fix with medicine
Oof.
broken by the trauma of a god. So
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was okay. Only 2 ticks on your healing clock. That's rough. Elena, let's do XP for you.
Okay.
We still have to do downtime for you and downtime for Arva. But looks like you filled
So
up your
we-
prowess track. So you can pick
Just
You can
any
pick-
old.
any of the dots in prowess. You can give yourself another
Let's
one.
Finesse. Subtle misdirection. Handle a vehicle or mount. I think I'm going to take one in wreck. Boop.
Nice. And then
So the desperate action stuff that's just.
so
okay.
whenever you took a desperate action, you should have ticked, like if it was an insight
Yep.
action, you should have ticked 1 on that insight XP track.
Yeah, I did that too.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I
so
got
we don't
one
need
for
to deal with that
Okay,
now.
we're good.
That's how you got all the way to the end of the prowess track, right?
Okay. So that was all
So you, at the end of each session for each item below, mark 1 XP or instead mark 2 XP if that item occurred multiple times. You addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. I think you both tracked and did violence.
Yep.
I think it's got to be
some
2.
Dudes. I hunted some things. I scouted some stuff.
Gosh, the way that I've seen this played before is that if at the end of a score you fill up your playbook advancement, like that's it. You don't get any more ticks.
Man,
it seems unfair to me.
That's a lot.
You're missing out on like 3 or possibly 4 ticks because of doing it that way. So take 1 tick. Let's not do it that way because I don't like it. I just don't like it. I think you should get all your XP, even if we get to the end of the playbook advancement. So give yourself 1 tick, clear your playbook advancement, and give yourself another tick.
Okay.
And we'll remember you have to do 1 playbook advance this time. Okay. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think that happened.
I think I did that several times. So like so like she built the kennel at the start. She started building the kennel, and also she didn't really ask permission for it. She just did it. And then at the end, like she had that whole situation with
during the score you were sort of being a bit of a loner about the ghost stuff.
Yeah, she like also got really, I also kind of
okay, sure, yeah, take 2 for this. You struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. What is your vice?
Vice is the wolves.
Oh, when you go out into the Deathlands and
her also her sort of faith, like her commitment to the wolves. I did.
I guess I can give you 1 for this.
I brought the wolves.
You got into a fight afterwards with one of your teammates because you. Wait, but that wasn't about wolves though. That was about not ghosts.
Well, it kind of. It was kind of about her. The way she conceives of, like what's the pack, what's, like what are, and like that's not, ghosts are not part of the pack. And so like
I don't know if that's really your vice. Your vice is like getting out and running with the wolves. And it's not like you were tempted to do that.
Well, but it could. Like, it could break. It could mean, eventually, it could mean she leaves the pack. Or she leaves the crew. If this issue...
Yeah, I wish vices were more clearly defined. You can take 1 point for this. That's fine.
Okay.
I think it's a little iffy. But yeah, you get a playbook advancement. So you can take one of those special abilities, or you can take a special ability from another source. Tough as nails would be pretty useful.
I think I was thinking that.
I don't know it.
I think she's, after a few rough scrapes, she's taken some.
So if I tell you you take level 1 harm thigh cut, you can say, "I'm tough as nails." Yeah, that's a 0. Doesn't touch me.
We've been there before. This is nothing.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna.
Awesome. Seems great. Cool. So, why don't we do your downtime?
Okay. So I think I need to. Now that I have 2 harm problems, I think I need to do a healing thing.
Yeah. So, Kel, you probably the first time you see Kel after this score, after he wanders off to the docks after this score, is when you go for your appointment with for Sawtooth to look at your thigh cut and change your bandages and stuff. And you hear him raving in the back room. Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll a d6 for how good Sawtooth does it at healing you.
I think Elena's gonna try to steer clear of Kel while she's doing this. So she rolled a 2.
So you that's one tick.
Boop. All right.
So that's one of your downtime actions.
I think I'm also going to. I need to relieve some stress, so I'm gonna go frolic with my friends.
Okay. Yeah, you go out into the Deadlands, the Deathlands, and find some wolves and run about with them. What you do is you're going to roll your your worst attribute. So that's resolve. So you're going to roll 1d6 and you're going to clear that much stress.
Okay. I got a 5.
Wow, nice. Clear 5 stress.
4, 5. There we go. Okay.
Yep.
And I would like to spend a coin to get another action.
Okay.
So we can't train. We can only train the ones that we have.
No, you can train any of them. The ones that you have special facilities for, you get 2 XP when you train.
Oh, so if I train in Resolve, I get just 1 XP.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough. Well, maybe. So I could train. I already did stress and healing.
I mean, you didn't actually succeed at the healing. Next score, you're going to have less effect.
I mean, could I do a second healing thing?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
you could spend
I'll
this
do
coin to go and heal again.
that. Okay, so it's 1d6.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I got a 3.
That is still only 1 tick.
Gross.
So here's what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can always spend a coin to increase the effect level of something like this. So if you spent another coin, that would go up to 2 and you would clear this progress clock. Alternately, if you spent another coin to do another downtime activity and chose to heal that way, you would definitely get at least 1. And then
So
basically you can spend a coin to be healed if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's rough.
Yeah, that's a lot of coin.
But that completely gets rid of both of your harms.
And now I am tough as nails.
And now you're tough
If
as
only-
nails.
If only you had recently taken all the money and run from your most trusted business partners. Oh, wait. I'm just teasing you.
All right, Arva. We already did
Hello.
XP for you, but now it's time for your downtime.
Okay, so I think first I want to do training, which I believe I can train my playbook advancement.
Oh, can you?
I think you can. Wait, I lost the page I was on. You can mark 1 XP on the XP track for an attribute or playbook advancement.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, you can
So-
certainly do that.
I will level myself up. And-
Yeah, now you've got a playbook advancement.
I will take vigorous.
What are you going to take?
Vigorous. You recover from harm faster. Permanently fill in one of your healing clock segments. Take +1d to healing treatment rolls.
Ooh, very nice.
That
How do
is
I permanently fill in one
awesome.
of these?
Amazing.
I assumed it would magically fill in one, but it doesn't. Seem
No,
to
this is just this thing that we've got is just a PDF that somebody made.
Okay. So I just always click one if it's got something in it. Okay.
Or just
Yeah,
always
basically,
reset it
like
back to
your
one
progress clock is only 3 ticks.
Yeah.
But there isn't such a thing as a 3-tick progress clock, so we represent it with a 4-tick progress clock that always has the first one filled.
Oh, I see.
Amazing. So yeah, clear out your playbook advancement too.
Okay.
And what's your second downtime activity?
Second one, with the ghost and the arguing with Elena and Kel freaking out, I'm going down to the pits.
Nice.
And I am gonna make some bets. I think I'm gonna go find Marlene and bet on her to lose.
Nice.
She probably will win, but we'll see what happens.
So roll insight or resolve to see how good you do.
Let's see. What do I roll? Just 1d6?
Just 1d6. Yep.
Okay. 6. Woohoo!
Whoa! Amazing.
1, 2. So that clears 6 stress, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
4, 5, 6. Dang.
So you've got one stress left.
Okay, sweet.
Oof. That was a good downtime for everybody except for Kel, who's still in pretty rough shape. Pretty rough shape.
Indeed,
Awesome.
he is. Banged up to hell and back, but it'll be a heck of a journey.
It'll be a heck of a journey. Well, thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry. Real quick, Matt.
Yeah. What's up?
I just rolled a 6 when talking to the dead god. Did that advance my Unleash the Beast research by 1 or 2 ticks? Or 3
no.
or 4, seeing as how I almost died?
No, you
made the deal.
You made the deal, but it hasn't happened. You haven't gotten any ticks on your Unleash the Beast research.
Fair enough. Do I need to start a new clock, though?
You know what we can do? We can do a scene where you go to sleep one night. How does this happen? Here's how it happens. You are in your... so when Sawtooth puts you to bed for the night, he puts you in a straitjacket and your arms are like, around your sides. You can't move them. And Susan is just standing there in front of you in her sort of like ghostly, pale, like creepy, shredded, dripping like dress. And she's just saying awful things to you. She's just like, I'm gonna tear your nose off. Your lungs are gonna be my breakfast cereal bowl. She's just like saying awful stuff to you, and then she looks over her shoulder and whoop, just vanishes from the room. She's gone from the room, and then a face appears on the wall. Eyes, nose, open mouth, and then another face appears on the wall, and another face, and
Kel is ventilating and trying not to make infantile mewling noises.
And the mouths begin to speak, and they tell you the location of something that was lost that the god wants back. I think this is I believe that this is a book. There was a book that was holy to this god, an ancient book. And you see a vision of a room. And in the room, there are shelves. And on the shelves, there are books. And there's one book that's made up of all different kinds of pages. and the vision you have just zooms in on this book with many different pages, and some specific pages in that book, this book with a red spine in this library. And you notice you notice a distinctive family crest on this library wall of a bird with a fish in each talon. And you awake.
Excellent. I think when I wake up, I'm starting to get a little bit better, and I like
In the room, and maybe
Susan is upset with me. Just kind of whisper to her, "Be still, my love. You forget. Your old god favors me. Your old boss favors me now. You will be seeing more of me than you want, but you will come to love my service." And he kind of turns over and smiles to himself and begins crying a little bit.
Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight for this episode of Blades in the Dark. Things are starting to get a little bit more interesting. All right.